Thank you.
It's not gonna stop the flashlight problem.
No, but it'll stop the argument.
There's just something I wish that. What are you
Matt.
doing?
Candle.
What the hell was that noise?
Please
Me.
turn the light off.
Candle.
Matt was accessing
It's-
the cheese.
It is behind the lantern.
What is?
Yes?
Candle.
There is a sticky right where my arm typically sits, and I need a wet rag to deal with that.
There's a what?
A sticky.
Oh.
You know, when you stick.
Sticky is very icky. Sticky and wet makes mommy upset.
Wow.
Hey, I hate that.
That's awful.
I don't know.
Thanks.
I don't like that.
Do you not remember
Thanks,
that?
iCarly.
Yeah, fucking iCarly.
Thanks, iCarly.
Fred's mom was an actual psychopath.
Hell yeah.
Sticky and wet makes mommy upset. I don't know
I
how
don't-
to respond to that.
I don't.
I don't want to respond to that.
Spencer was a fucking OG.
Spencer was an OG.
I need some matches.
That's
I don't
A
know.
fucking unhinged sorcerer, Spencer.
I don't
Shea.
have them.
There we go. Hold on. Let me get you the box.
I
'cause
swear
some
that
match-
match was
some
hard
matches
back.
fill.
He was.
Oh,
They confirmed in an
they're
episode
all-
apparently he's
they're-
actually magical.
Oh. Hell yeah.
All of the random shit that happens to him, namely things randomly catching on fire, is because he's actually magical.
Oh.
Who?
Spencer.
Spencer.
Can you catch us on fire random?
No, just things around him would. Remember when he got a drum kit and the symbol just caught on fire for no reason?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
an unhinged sorcerer.
I need candles, please.
Well, just
That'll work.
I pretty much got them all.
Candle.
And there's also this one.
Cambridge.
I don't know if that'll.
Not that one.
I don't know if that
Chamber.
will.
That one will not work. That one will not.
you're
If it does, it'll only last for 5 minutes.
disgusting.
Okay, there's candles.
Your adulting privileges have been revoked.
I don't want to be an adult. Go ahead, take them.
Go ahead, fuck. Could you put
As long as
no,
I-
could you
You
put this in the
still
ice
have
tray?
the responsibility, but your privileges are revoked.
How the fuck does that work?
Yeah.
I'll tell you how it works. Be 19 and be 19 or 20, and then come home from college, and then have to live on a curfew and buy a schedule.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, you have adult responsibilities, but you don't
Ask
have
me
any
how
privileges.
I know.
I already know how you know.
I can glean
I've
how
been
you
there.
know.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, this is that's a dead candle. I'll take that.
Just fucking.
Ah.
Yeah, it's having fun.
Fun.
Sorry. I'm.
The fun.
You're good.
I'm just waiting a minute.
The
Of course,
fun.
sure.
This package has the fun in it.
Take as much time as
You
you
know
need.
what also has the fun in it?
Accessing the cheese.
I don't want any cheese that comes from there.
That's valid.
Hey, fuck.
I'm not sorry. I'm really not.
What have I done to you?
The cheese.
You all have done nothing to me.
Du fromage.
It's omelette du fromage.
Du fromage.
Freezer turned into a popsicle.
You ever
What?
scrape the freezer burn off the side of your freezer and use it to season your lasagna?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're saying more and
You-
more cursed things.
You guys got the fucking spaghetti sugar?
That's how you make it. That's how you make a homemade snow cone. You
Wait,
just
are you
sorry,
talking about
I
putting
don't-
sugar in spaghetti?
No, the spaghetti sugar.
Like
Freezer burn.
Parmesan.
Oh.
what you do is you scrape the freezer burn off the side of your freezer, add ketchup, and then you've got a homemade snow cone.
You know, you can also do that with urine.
Yeah, but that I was talking if you wanted a red one.
So one is cherry, the other one's lemon
Yeah,
flavored. How do you get blue? Dish soap. Dawn dish
Yep.
soap.
dish soap. That's also how you get purple, blue and purple.
I'm not a fan.
Blue raspberry.
I'm
blue
not.
raspberry and grape.
I'm not a fan.
Or you can do a ketchup Dawn soap swirl if you want.
Citrus buffalo sauce.
Man,
The best part is when you scrape the freezer burn off of the like fish sticks packaging, so it's got a little bit of like inherent flavor in it already.
Yeah. Same thing with like fucking Hungry Man meals.
Yeah, the hungry man.
or maybe like the fucking. Oh, the anytizer chicken. The buffalo. Yeah, no. If you get the buffalo anytizer chickens and then you put buffalo sauce on it, it's extra orange.
Just
I invoke the house rule.
just dump some horseradish on it, you should be fine.
What flavor is horseradish?
It's,
Because
I think
horseradish.
I'm going to invoke the house rule here. Y'all can stop now.
But we're not talking about like food we like. We're just talking about how to prepare food.
It's still talking about food.
It's like a
It's
like
a
a
generalized rule, not a specified.
It's like
Could
a
you
cooking
stop?
channel show.
Could you cease?
It's a cooking channel.
I'm not a fan.
We'll give that another
Jesus
20
fucking
seconds.
Christ.
Cursed.
This is me saying I'm not a fan.
So what happened last time?
People died.
Well,
Well, only one person died.
No, well, I mean, we found out people died.
yeah, we finally made it back.
Yeah, we did do that.
We had a nice little heart to heart inside the worm, like wherein Pyra.
Oh, I
We-
get it.
Yeah. Wherein we learned that
You're a quick one. You're a quick one, Farachi.
Thanks.
Pyra has cut out her own heart and replaced it with the crystal heart, though only Cora and Cassandra know that one. We finally made it to the Untersee, and we unleashed the giant ship, which is fucking awesome. I crescened it the dawn. I crescened it.
Crescent?
Isn't
I
it-
named it the fucking Horizon Treader.
Jesus Christ.
Crescent. I don't remember how to pronounce the word.
Isn't it
Christened.
Christened. Thank you.
Okay.
I christened it the Horizon Treader. Then we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun conversations on that boat. Pyra and Cora, and then Pyra and Cassandra had a heart to heart. We picked up some dwarves. Castor is sad. And it was Cassandra who had a conversation with him, right?
Yes.
Right. Wherein he talked about finally some of his past and about Dana.
Yeah.
And about how, hey, Castor, man, you're fucking real mad, and it's gonna burn you up.
Yeah, I've been holding on to that for 4 months.
Yep.
Sheesh.
George, I was trying to find a way to bring it out,
Probably holding on to it ever since he woke up and said Dana when we were heading to the Sunless
and then
Citadel,
we just made fun of
if
him.
we're being honest.
Then we
Yeah.
just made fun of him.
That was something to the tune of 4 months ago, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that was at least 3 months, probably 4.
But then we made landfall. Sir Galahad was there. He raised a dock for our ship. And I had a small little I met with him again, learned some spells. Then we went back up and confirmed the theory I had ever since we've been in that place, that I'm guessing I'm not the only one who's had that theory, that the mines lead to the Underdark.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
We figured that one out.
Yeah, we figured that one out. Then we teleported home to see it be under siege. Then we arrived there, and it became besiegent.
Yes, we stopped that.
It was a pretty bad siege. Both of the dragons we have defending our keep were
Well,
badly
It had taken
injured.
several sieges to get them there.
Right, it was one continuous siege with several battles fought as part of it.
Was it?
Yep.
I thought it was just several different sieges.
And then
over time.
It was one or the other.
all of the heroes of the keep flown in in single file line.
And we finished mopping up that battle, started assessing troubles with the keep. We found out that Voltjaw is dying of a necromantic disease that reacts very poorly to magic, very similar to the Arcana phage, in that it eats it and then makes you more deader. Lady Kadra was actually wearing fucking working clothes and doing shit around the keep. And then we found out that Eliana got assassinated like 20 minutes prior to us barging into the room.
Also, Jax and all of the priests of Lyanna are dead, and Tace has really stepped up to be like the wizard protecting this keep.
Head bitch in charge.
Poor bastard.
He hates magic so much, but he hates dying and seeing his friends die more.
Head bitch in charge.
Head bitch in charge.
Head
at the
bitch in
moment.
charge.
He has he has booty shorts that say head bitch.
He does.
I can believe it.
No, he actually does. That was part of his description.
That's right.
I know he has booty
Pretty sure
shorts.
they said juicy.
That's
Yeah,
what
they
I think
juicy.
No, you're thinking of Samus's shorts that say juicy and chozo.
It was either head bitch or juicy. Those are both applicable.
But
I'm pretty sure he has multiple pairs, and yes.
yeah, but we
So we
I
left
would-
off with that.
we tried to resurrect Eliana, and her soul is not free to return.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
So-
and then Drolish basically said this fucking whore ain't no shit.
Go get the pizzerino, neighborino.
Pizza time.
Pianos of
Pizza time.
Well, she didn't mean it to be that coarse, but yeah.
That's how you said it. So
How do you think Drolch is going to word it?
the way you worded it.
Yeah, exactly.
This prostitute isn't our problem right now, is what you said.
Yeah.
You ever scratch your arm and it feels like you have a sunburn, but you live inside? So like, what the fuck's up with that?
Yeah. It's awful.
I asked the girl out. She said no. The fuck is up with that? I'm a nice guy. Aaron, who is married.
I'm a nice guy.
Fucking. So do we come back in on?
I imagine we probably come back in on Cora after just hearing Drolish go, fuck this whore, and leaving.
Well, I mean, she was
Fuck
leaving.
this
Well,
bitch.
I mean, Drolch was leaving to actually do something.
Cora is getting pizza at the moment, so let's go to someone else.
Ho's mad.
All right. We could go towards
Sandra, you got anything?
Cassandra was looking
Yeah,
into
yeah.
who did this, I think.
Sure.
I'm gonna try my absolute best to have some energy.
Unless you had already done that. I might be remembering wrong. I
Well-
remember at one point you...
She hasn't gone and questioned anyone yet.
We certainly determined it was very recent.
Cass is gonna go around and see if she can ask if anyone saw Eliana go into that room with someone. Or into Pyra's room with someone. Because it's a relatively busy time. It's after a siege, people are hustling about. All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but it wasn't Pyra's room you found her in.
Was it, what room was it?
It was just a fucking room in the keep.
I thought it was Pyra's room.
No.
Okay.
Pyra
Pyra
her
went
room.
to her room after finding her.
Right.
Yeah.
That is very confusing.
I mean, we never
I
said it was Pyra's room.
I thought it was, yeah, I thought like you screamed from, I thought we heard a scream from your room.
No, it was just a room in the keep.
Where? Where in the keep?
I never got a map. I can't tell you.
Yeah.
It's just somewhere around. Like it's a big old castle. It's
That's
got
true.
rooms in it.
Like
It
a
is
lot of them.
narratively appearing and disappearing rooms.
This entire keep is a
I suppose
nebulous-
a better question, just like
It's a nebulous
we
concept.
don't need to know exactly like, oh, this is a room on this floor. Just is it closer or farther away from the actual main entrance from the keep?
Oh my god, I'm fucking dyslexic right now.
It's a decent ways away.
Okay. That is still fine. That okay.
I read my intelligence.
I mean,
as being
as fine as
7.
it can be, but did anyone see her go into this room?
I looked at 17. Which
No
is
one
a
you
plus
ask
3.
saw her go into that room with anyone else.
But this people saw her go into the room.
Maybe one of the pages did, but it was just her by herself with nothing conspicuous. Like some people downstairs in the dungeons with the rest of the civilians who are like hiding out. Explain that.
Go get your pizza if you want some.
Sorry, I needed a drink there. Explain that they heard her leaving and they saw her leaving. They might be the last people, other than the ones who watched her walk through the door to that room, who saw her alive, and that was probably 30 minutes ago.
So she was in the like dungeon area, okay, because of the siege. All right. That was 30 minutes-ish ago, which is around the time we first arrived, wasn't it?
Very shortly after you arrived, maybe slightly before. Well, like, so when I say arrived, right, like, you guys fought off this attack, which I hand waved, took several hours.
Okay.
So it would be shortly after you had a chance to, like, actually talk to people
Okay.
at that point.
So shortly after we arrived inside the keep, like downstairs to talk to the full job. Okay. That is crucial information. Thank you. It's imperative to my case, to my investigation.
All right, Phoenix Wright.
Objection.
That was nice and meaty. Damn. All right.
Alright,
Well, did she look particularly perturbed, or did she just like fucking go? Did she not seem to?
She was angry.
She was angry.
Yes. Are you picturing ask about Phoenix Wright music?
That is, yeah. Hell yeah.
I will continue this until someone tells me to stop.
Alright. So, she was angry. Did she tell anyone, or did she speak to anyone before she actually left?
She was seen, like, talking to herself.
Talking to herself. Well, I mean, this kind of, if the populations of two towns are kind of being kept around here, I'm sure someone probably eavesdropped. Anyone hear what she was talking about?
Pyra.
Pyra heard her.
She was talking about Pyra.
Oh, she was talking about Pyra. Anything more than that, or just like she was upset with Pyra, or what?
That's all you've got.
This is pretty good music too. This is the music that plays whenever like some shit's going down.
You're such a fucking loser, Matthew.
I love this one. Okay.
We need appropriate music for investigating my best friend's ex-girlfriend's murder.
Phoenix Wright slaps!
It does slap.
I
Fucking
can find something more fitting if you'd like.
No. This is too fitting.
This is perfect for Matt. This is also perfect for Cass, because Cass is Matt.
Oh.
So that's all. That's all she wrote, I suppose. Is what? Well, she didn't write anything. Oh, she spoke. This is just a bunch of different themes. Okay.
Yeah, find someone.
This isn't the right bop for this. I need the bop I was listening to before.
Grix comes through.
What? Wait, no,
He emerges from a Grix-shaped hole in the wall.
Just. I always imagine it like SpongeBob.
I was thinking it was like Homer, like emerging from like the bushes.
Amy, do you want a wedge?
A potato wedge, to be specific.
Oh.
I was just gonna leave it at wedge and see how she responded, but thanks, Matt. You can have like a half a wedge here.
They're
Holy shit!
God fucking Christ!
Yeah,
I thought it was gonna be like a russet potato wedge. That's just a whole ass quarter of a.
This is a quarter of a potato.
You're handing me an eighth now of a whole man's tater.
Yeah. A baker's tater. if
One
you will.
tater. Boy,
So-
stick him in a stew.
Okay. She has a notebook that she's writing stuff down in.
To conclude the Grix joke, though,
Oh shit.
there is a tug at your pant leg.
Cass looks down.
It is Grix.
Bastard! Bastard!
Oh, there you are.
Hey, it's been a while. You've been gone.
Yeah. What color is his hair?
The
hair,
hold
and
on,
the
wait.
hair in the crime scene was pink.
Do you want help? Because I know what you're trying to remember.
His hair is pink.
The hair that was found at Cass's room with the notes was pink.
Oh shit, that's right.
That was the first thing Cass
Yeah.
did to see if notes were
I'm
stolen
back.
from the room.
Any recent developments?
Sorry to ask me that question right as the potato hit my face, so I have.
Eric's is eating some bread.
Grix is eating a whole fucking tater.
He's eating a raw potato.
He's fucking Sasha
Yes.
from Attack on Titan. Raw potatoes.
Like an apple.
Yeah, we were under attack. Looked really bad there for a minute. And then we were okay. You guys showed up.
I'm sure you've probably heard there's been a murder in the keep.
And there's death here all the time, right?
Yes, but there is a specific murder that happened today inside the walls of the keep. Eliana.
Oh.
I don't think Grix knows who that is.
Inside check that. Inside check that. Why?
Why? Well, I mean, it's gonna be out at one point anyway. It's like people are like, oh yeah, fucking Pyra's friend died. It's
Well, she was saying insight check to see if you could sense
oh,
whether he did
I thought you
it or
said
not.
I thought you said you should not have said that.
No,
Oh
she
no
was
no
telling
no
you to
no!
roll
Insight
sense.
check that.
Yeah, she was telling you
Okay.
to roll sense motive because insight is not a thing in
That's
this
right.
system.
Fucking hell.
May I roll a sense motive?
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, I'd also like to issue a formal apology to you guys
25.
right now. My mom gave me a bag of candy to bring for this,
And then
and I
you did.
totally forgot.
Sorry.
100%.
You fucking.
Oh, that's right. It's Halloween.
No, you dated the episode!
What?
I don't. Do you think I can put it?
We have like one person that watches regularly in our server. Hi, Callie.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
We used to get uploaded on like the 14th of November.
And that's why you don't date the fucking episode.
Fucking 25.
25. Seems like the truth to you.
Sword.
There's no duplicitousness in his voice that you can detect.
Okay.
He's also got like a plus
I rolled a
20 to
fif-
bluff.
I know.
I mean, I rolled a 15
Hey,
on
man,
die
you
and
don't
I
know.
sent
Yeah,
it
no,
plus
you
10.
did pretty well. Like, there's a chance.
You're also like 5 levels higher than he is.
Yeah. That too.
And then when Gordon knows a lot about the backstory of the universe,
Alright.
he's Lord.
But it was someone important to Pyra.
Oh, I mean, that's rough, I guess.
And then when Gordon's a minor, he's Gordon.
You know, you have eyes everywhere. You wouldn't have to have seen anything suspicious lately, have you?
A lot of my eyes are dead. Define suspicious.
Angry lady going into a room alone.
I mean, we got a lot of widows right now.
What did Eliana look like? I don't remember.
She was a like mixed looking half elf.
Oh, beautiful.
She was hot. She made her living as
So
a
was
prostitute.
she like
She was
olive,
hot.
olive skinned half elf?
Yes.
Shot of mocha.
Yeah.
Shot of mocha.
And olive skinned half elf looking particularly angry. Mentioning something about Pyra.
Look, until like 20 minutes ago, I wasn't even here at the keep, so this is information to me.
Where were you?
I was meeting with one of my liaisons a distance away.
That's gonna be 29.
Feels honest to you.
Amy, everything Grix says is like playing Minesweeper.
Sense
Like,
motive?
what
Alright,
check
what's
is
sense
this
motive?
gonna promote?
Oh, hey, hey.
What is your plus?
A sense motive.
10.
You got
I'm pretty sure he started boosting that after he found out that Greg speaks range.
have you?
Let me look. Hold on. To a degree.
It's just like I started boosting my perception once I actually figured out that if I was gonna be sneaking around, I was gonna need perception, and I couldn't keep relying on fucking this one.
Yeah.
Like when I went and fucking scouted in front of the Sunless Citadel and ended up taking an acid blast to the face from a trap I couldn't see, I was like, oh, maybe I need perception.
I mean, perception is probably one of the most rolled
That's why it's a
skills.
whole
Yeah, it's so
separate thing.
important. It's a separate thing in 2E. Sponsored by Paizo.
Cassandra, what do your human eyes see?
You see mostly honesty in this man, despite the slime that swathes off of him.
Despite his Jace energy.
Okay.
Hey, I take offense to that.
I guess that liaison's just another one that was in the guild.
I was just getting information from somebody. I felt like it was going to be information that I would need or that you might need when you got back.
Well, I'm here. What is it?
You remember how, must be about a month and some change ago now, maybe 2 months, that your wizard friend was kidnapped.
Right.
I think I know where they are.
Is that so? Where? Or where do you think?
In the Underdark.
I could believe that.
The information was important to me because we're all dying up here.
Right.
So a powerful wizard when we don't know where you guys are is the best bet we've got. I mean, the dragons are dying. We don't have any clerics. We don't know any more clerics.
Okay.
Did we ever find out what happened to? Oh, that's right. Never mind. We did find out. I was about to ask about Captain and BJ, but I remember they didn't get back.
Yeah. Well, we didn't find out what happened to him, but we found out that they weren't here.
Yeah, we found out they weren't here. You have the fucking ring though.
Yeah, I tried to talk to him. He didn't respond.
Oh, it didn't work.
There's a compound in
Rip.
the Underdark where a number of people recently have been taken, maybe over the last year or two. People from the surface of particular interest. I don't know what they're doing with them. That's all I got for you. I might be able to give you a map if I can talk to another 1 or 2 of my informants.
Sure. Sure. We're going to need that if we're going in. Just can't walk into the Underdark blindly. You know what's down there.
Drow. Namely, Drow.
Among
And
everything.
aberrations.
And demons and mind flayers,
Yes.
aboleths.
A very large amount of things that could be very bad for all of our health.
Mostly just things that kill you.
That is bad for your health.
I feel
People
compelled,
die when they are killed.
I feel compelled to call it Black Australia, but I don't know why.
I suddenly feel the urge to boomerang. Damn.
Now I know this guy. He knows how to hide shit. But is there anything on him that I can see? Maybe some loose papers sticking out of a bag
Damn,
or anything like that.
What's
I mean,
that
he's got
supposed
like
to
a
be?
messenger bag on him, and then he's got the rest of his like thievery, adventuring
The
equipment.
Thieves
Did
Guild.
nobody else want pizza?
Oh, I would actually
I
have
had-
pizza.
Of course you would, you wog.
That's you.
What? What does that mean?
It means Italian. That's what it means.
It's a slur for Italian Americans.
Wow. Wow, Ty.
Oh my god. Listen, you can
They
blame
learned about
Tattoo.
it
He looked
today.
up a list of them for me.
That's really funny.
Matt can't decide which one's his favorite now.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to see if there was if he was
Just one
lowering
slice
his
left.
guard,
If you don't want
considering
that.
how he wasn't expecting me back.
He doesn't look like he's got any raised, like, the alarm is at 0.
Retta,
Damn, he's good.
despite you, the player, Cassandra's alarm right now would be roughly about 0 if you weren't controlling her.
I mean, well, I feel like anyone's alarm would be at like 50% at least, considering we know he fucking betrayed us. Anyway. Okay, so, alright, you go ahead and see if you can get that map. I'll lead you to it.
He doesn't give a shit.
Can do.
Keep in contact though.
Try not to disappear for 2 months.
He's got you there.
Yeah.
That's a valid comeback.
Don't fucking leave for 2 months.
Well, I don't plan on it this time.
Try not to accidentally fucking plane shift us into Arcbridge again. I don't know who did that, but that sounds like a real dipshit move.
You're never gonna live it down.
No.
Hindsight is 20/20, Haley. It's okay.
Oh.
Okay.
I got one more thing.
Hmm.
This one's a little bit more dramatic
Oh, please.
and a little bit more important.
I'm a sucker for drama.
He opens his messenger bag and pulls out of it a vial of a luminescent, like cobalt-colored fluid, which is blue for those of us who don't know what color cobalt is.
Isn't that the color of kobolds?
No.
No.
But that is where cobalt gets its name.
Oh.
But I just realized I could go on a whole lesson on the origins of the name for the metal cobalt. And it makes me so mad that I know so much about this fucking metal.
Metal.
But holds up this vial of this liquid and shakes it. Don't break that or we'll all die.
Oh.
Oh wow, will explode?
Oh.
No. You'll respirate it and it'll turn into a gas once it's uncorked. And you'll get very sick. And you will die.
Magic won't heal me, will it?
No.
Where'd you find this?
It was given to me by my liaison who was busy in the Underdark.
Oh no.
Shit.
Alright. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
What's this?
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like if they had the means for large-scale, prolonged production, we'd already be dead.
I agree.
But to apply a sense of urgency, there's that. I also figured you're working out in the field a lot more than I am these days.
By sheer happenstance.
I just realized he could never have pulled on your pant leg.
I mean, I have pants over the metal legs.
Yeah, but you have a suit of armor on.
You also got incinerated in the fucking Underdark, and your fucking cloak and gloves got burned.
Yeah.
So you had like nothing.
I probably
The
would
only
have
clothes
asked
you have
Cora
is the
to
armor.
mend them.
It
or like
has to be uncomfortable.
because there's a supposed to like fixed fabric, right?
Yeah, there is.
Doesn't there have to be something left of the fabric?
That's a valid point.
Was there something left of the fabric?
Probably not. You were
It's
incinerated.
it's very unlikely that it all would have gone, right?
You held a dragonfire L. That's really a narrative.
Well, in any case, I did what I could.
But I mean,
You got a Michael Jackson fingerless glove and like one of those cloaks from fucking Halo that's just like a ripped towel that goes around your neck. That's what you have.
It was probably if the cloak is left, it's probably wrapped around her waist and it's like a belt at this point.
You've got a fucking Titan mark.
We could have.
a Titan bath towel.
Cast with a Michael Jackson fingerless glove.
Matt is over here squelched because he's got fucking pizza shoved in his gob.
There's some Ronies.
It's like the roadie saw, brah.
I hate you all.
I miss old school WoW guilds when you could squelch people. That's what they called it instead of silencing. When you got like you couldn't speak in the guild chat anymore, you were squelched.
That's hilarious.
It's a good word.
Squelch.
In any case,
Anyway.
Squelch is a word that communicates what it's supposed to mean just by the sound of it.
So
Onomatopoeia.
with that, now anything else?
why do we have
Just in case.
we speak with dead equipped?
So you're gonna have to be more specific.
I'll take
I
it.
got a lot of information. Most of it's either on a need-to-know basis or isn't relevant to this.
Anything that I might need to know that's about as dramatic as this?
We're in rough shape. Things are bad.
You disappeared for 2 months.
People are dying. Jax is dead.
I did hear about that, unfortunately.
Yeah, we don't have any healers anymore.
I'll see if I can send for help to one of the neighboring towns or neighboring churches
Actually, I do have one more thing. And one more thing.
Oh, and one more thing.
Don't wake the
mother.
As our cool's getting desperate, he's throwing a decent number of men at us, and they're wounded, they're tired. They're suffering losses to the north as well. But what I don't understand is a lot of their warpath. They've damaged a lot of territory, salted the earth. They've served the function of destroying several small towns and overtaking a few keeps to the north. But, I mean, I don't understand. You know, he had all of this consolidated power and then endeavored to divide it up. Probably why he's losing.
Is this Phoenix right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're investigating at the moment, so it seems appropriate.
It seemed appropriate to him.
It is very appropriate to everyone, except maybe you. It's appropriate to me.
But he's desperate, and he's tired. He's called in a number of priests that he's managed to find. I don't know what he's planning on doing with them, but I had to take a guess. A disciple of Tiamat with several strong clerics at his disposal and an army, as well as evidence to offer up that he's been willing to salt the earth for his dark master. Probably some shit like that.
Oh, yet another thing. That is quite dramatic. Thank you.
Good news, though.
Yeah. Thank you for the information, Grix. You are infinite help.
I try to be.
Except that one time, you know. But hey.
Twice. You're dismissed. You can go on ahead. Find that liaison. Try and work on that map.
Alright.
Please come back to me as soon as possible.
Roll perception.
Alright.
I can't believe Matt didn't ask to roll perception.
A
And
He
second
did.
Grix comes from the wall.
He did earlier.
That's a 12 on die.
so what, like 37?
I have a 16 perception.
So 28.
28.
Do you wanna stand on that 28 side?
I honestly kind of don't, because he's a crafty dude.
He's a wily fucker, this
Oh.
Grix.
I have a question actually, Amy.
That's worse.
Fuck.
I brought you a Baconator last session and did not use my reroll. Does
That
carry?
stays with you forever.
That's great.
Until you use it, it's with you.
That's awesome.
Well, what do you got now? Do you want another reroll?
I would like another.
One more, that's it.
One more, that'll
One
do.
more, that's it.
That is alright.
Okay.
29.
How many rerolls did you burn
Two.
to get one better?
Alright!
29.
What do I see? If I see anything.
As he turns around and gets walking, you notice on his belt, on the side of it that's mostly covered by the messenger bag, he has kind of like an alchemist belt. He has another vial of the liquid he gave you on that belt being covered by the messenger bag. Additionally, he has a piece of paper like stuffed in between his belt and his pants, also being covered by the messenger bag, and as he turns to move, like your helmet scans it, and it's paper stolen from your desk.
Okay, now this is a question of, do I confront him now,
Or you could,
alone?
Or do you wait until he busts
or-
that vial on someone and kills them?
Yeah, or
you
kills
could,
everyone.
or you could pickpocket it.
I mean, he wouldn't tell you that he had it if he planned on using it.
He didn't tell her
He
he
didn't.
had it.
Not
He
that
gave
one.
he
gave-
made it
gave
look like
one.
he had one vial and he gave it to her. He hid the other vial.
Well, I mean, why would he tell us that he had the Arcanophage at all?
I mean,
He handed it to us as
To-
like
to
as like a
strengthen
reassurance,
our-
to strengthen a bond.
yeah, to make it
specifically
look,
to divert attention away from him when it
Yes.
does get used. He's like, I gave you the only vial I had, Chief.
yeah,
If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even know they had it in the first place.
Yeah. I have a pretty good sleight of hand.
You could
I could,
take-
I
you
could
could
probably get it from him.
You've seen what his perception is, though.
I have his perception sheet.
You still have his character sheet.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I don't
God
know-
damn!
I don't know if it's the same, but I have it.
What the fuck?
I have a plus 13 to sleight of hand.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
your call.
Jesus.
Can I get both? Can I try and get both? I mean, I'd have to sneak up behind him, which I could probably do, to be honest.
I mean, that really depends on how good your sleight of hand is, Sheaf.
I feel like if you had to choose one or the other, the vial is the more important one, because those notes are fake.
Yeah.
And you know he has them already anyways.
They're
Stealing them from him only serves the purpose of him realizing that someone is onto him now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the vial will do the same thing, but we also get something out of that being stolen if you were to swipe it from them.
Although it does lend some sort of, there is something there that they found out how to make a philosopher's stone. The Drow did. We know he's in connection with the Drow. So there's two options. There's two goblins that could have given them the recipe for the philosopher's stone.
Or it's possible that they already knew how to make one.
No one would have known.
Yeah, no one would. Like,
They probably found the first goblin we
either,
encountered.
unless it was really high up, I feel like I would have known that.
I mean, you haven't spoken with the Drow for a long time. That thing was embedded in the pommel of your brother's sword,
That's
and
true.
it had already been used for stuff.
That's true.
I mean, it could have just been I mean, it doesn't. It's not like it takes like several fucking months to make one sword. I
That's
mean,
true.
I mean, I hate to burst your bubble.
It
I mean, it
It
does. I know
can.
it
I
can.
literally do.
I can, but I'm saying if it's a fucking fantasy Drow war machine, they could probably pump one out in a couple weeks.
I don't think it's entirely fair to assume that the Drow didn't already know how to make a Philosopher's Stone without Griggs informing them of it.
Well, see, here's the thing. If they already knew how, they probably would have swept down here already.
That is the thing. They have an indispensable supply of slaves that they could have exhausted in order to produce them.
Right. And here's the thing. If they did have one, they probably would have lain waste to Arcbridge already, which they just started doing. They just recently started to do damage to them.
But
And then we
Griggs-
showed up and fucked it up.
If Griggs knows how to make one and he's already informed them, why is he still stealing fake notes from your desk? If he knows how to make one, he must know that those notes are bullshit.
Or those notes were actually real notes. I didn't.
Or
Not all of my notes are fake, although I do keep a significant number of them
Yeah,
on
but
me.
you
like my
specifically
normal
said that the notes you left on the desk weren't real ones.
notes. Yeah, that's true.
or here's a wild card option. Grix is feeding that information to the Drow, and to I don't know.
Is he a double agent?
Yeah,
Is he a
might-
triple agent? Is he Atomic Blonde?
He might be a triple agent.
Shit, I just spoiled Atomic Blonde.
Fucker.
I had no idea what Atomic Blonde is.
Imagine being a sextuple agent as post made by fucking Revolver Ocelot.
Revolver Ocelot.
Revolver
Revolver Ocelot.
Revolver Ocelot bottom text.
Imagine only being a double agent.
Yeah. So I mean, it's very possible that he gave them. It is. It's possible that he gave it to them somehow.
If
But
you're
it's
gonna-
also the other goblin.
I still say if you're gonna swipe something off him, swipe the vial.
I mean, yeah, that's way more dangerous than some pieces of paper. Although,
If you're gonna swipe anything at all, which you still don't know if you're going to.
Where did Tatooine go?
Bathroom.
Oh, he's poopses.
These poopses.
He is in pooping.
Estoy pooping. I'm gonna try and swipe the vial.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Do it.
So,
Roll for it.
do I need to sneak up behind it like stealth?
Yeah,
first?
you're gonna roll stealth and you're gonna roll sleight of hand.
All right, that's a pretty good stealth roll.
47.
That's gonna be
Cass is a
12.
pirate.
12 team.
12 teams.
12 team.
1d12.
all right. So 34.
Alright.
Stealth.
He doesn't.
Seem to notice me.
There's no adjustment to his gait.
Okay. So sleight of hand.
Here goes something.
Oh shit.
I have no idea what I'm doing and you can't stop me.
Reroll.
Thanks. Way better.
Okay. Two rerolls. Fuck.
That is a 27.
And I'm sorry, I'm just thinking.
Amy,
I'm-
Amy goes, what's Grix's perception bonus again?
I'm just imagining Cassandra in her full set
You
of armor,
swipe
just Skyrim, just.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the ebony mail.
You Dora the Explorer, this bitch. Swipe or no swiping my ass.
Fucking, I was so close to buying Dora in the Lost City of Gold at FYE.
She's like, she has one hand on her gun, and she just like slowly patters away. And is holding.
Just give him a fucking.
Just kill him now. Solve all our problems.
All right. So,
All right, boom.
Just kill him now.
All right.
So, upon closer inspection, this vial is slightly differently colored. The the kind of incandescence to it is dulled significantly.
What if it's fake?
Bitch. Or he was working on a solution somehow.
Okay. Cass is gonna go back to her room.
Cass is going to neatly
Is
put
the
it back.
sapling of the tree still there?
Cast it.
Did you leave it in your room?
Yes. I left it in a pot.
Wherever it was left is where it sits.
Okay.
Was not moved. Was not disturbed.
That's good. Very good. Okay.
Roll perception.
Cass is going to. She actually also wants to do some other research that isn't involving the Arcana fish. She's gonna hold it on, keep it on her, but she's gonna actually. Have you left the key yet?
No, I'm still here.
Okay. And you haven't left either.
She's in her room.
Okay. Cass is gonna go to you first, Cora, because you are the one that is the least emotionally traumatized right now.
Wow! Holy
Yikes! Yikes!
Even Haley had to make a face. Okay.
I don't know what's better, the fact that you just said it or the fact that in this very moment in time in the campaign it might be true.
That's the worst part.
Yeah.
I was about to say, hey, what about Castor? But then I realized he watched his god die less than a month ago and also is having hallucinations.
What about
So, yeah.
You don't know.
We take L's in this household.
see-
Rollish was dead.
I'm saying currently in this today because her GF fucking died.
Would GF die?
Got fucking murked.
My
Cass-
shot of Mocha GF is now dead.
So Cass like goes to your room and is like,
Cora is not in her room.
Toasted elves are a flavor of mine.
Toasted elves!
is Graceland in the room? Is Graceland in Cora's room?
Is Graceland in Cora's room at present? Yes.
I'm going to say I feel that.
Cass is going to ask her, do you know what Cora is?
Hold on. So, where are you actually?
I'm still in the murder scene.
I love that and I hate that.
Sorry, Tyler.
That was unexpected.
I hope you knew. I'm sorry too, man.
No, it's okay.
That what I meant by that was like, you know, like a toasted marshmallow.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
referring to that complexion.
I need my phone back as well.
Shot of Mocha.
Okay, I'll just use my
I
phone.
figured,
Use
I
it for
figured
now.
that's what you meant.
If you want something more dramatic,
No, I mean, no, I like this.
Okay.
Objection!
Can you put ice?
Objection.
Can you bring me a drink?
What's the fucking Japanese word?
For objection?
Yeah.
I know the Japanese word for destroy, thanks to fucking Dragon Ball Super. Yeah.
I know the Japanese word for died thanks to anime.
I know the Japanese words for sumo attack. Thanks to that.
Sudadua!
But
Anyway.
anyways, that diversion is through with. You walk in on Graceland in Cora's room. She initially looks like she is expecting Cora and then realizes that it is you and covers herself with Cora's blankets.
Oh, Cassandra.
God damn it.
She's like looking at at her note, so she doesn't see anything. She's just like, Cora, I need a. No. Do you know what Cora is?
Gerson is fucking.
No, I don't.
Unfortunate.
Could you please leave?
I apologize for walking in
Well, this is
so
awkward.
suddenly. It is just something of great importance. If you do see her, actually, and she doesn't tell you I found her, would you let her know I'm looking for her?
She raises her hand like to say sure or something, and then Reaver, who is
this tall.
The spider.
Yes.
Fucking
Begins
frostbite spider.
walking out the door, and she's like, "Close the door! Close the door! Close the door!"
She closes the door behind her.
Reaver
No,
just
you're not
fucking-
going anywhere.
The keep would lose their shit. You
I
say
love
raging.
my spider.
I think Graceland's just grown used to it by now.
We
Fucking
don't need you
frost.
scaring the keep.
Fucking frostbite spiders.
The people who live here are already used to them. It's the reason we don't have any rats running around.
Or
Oh, that's
cats.
nice. It also probably explains
squirrels,
why
or
he's so
snakes.
fucking big.
Or stray cats.
Or cats.
Or coyotes.
Or children.
Okay.
Or
It's the reason toddlers don't make it too long.
okay.
No,
Fucking
I do
spiders.
not know where my betrothed is.
Okay.
You walked in on Graceland trying to give Cora the old welcome home, honey.
The old how's your father?
What?
What? What the fuck is that? How's your father?
It means to get intimate or know each other well.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
actually a very common expression in Britain.
Hey, Matt. Matt, I'm asking you as a friend.
Never
Let's
say
just
it.
leave it at the old welcome home, honey.
Me and Tyler are forming a council. Please never say these words again in this context ever in your
You should have
life.
heard them the first time. You should have heard how the first time I heard them.
Oh no.
Hey
Worry about
Matt. Hey Matt. The council has made an executive decision.
We allow you to sit on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of master. Sit down.
A unanimous decision of I'm going to fucking kill you, Matthew.
Not before I kill you first, Mace Windu.
I
Anyway.
understand that the council has made a decision, however, regarding that it is a stupid-ass decision, I have elected to ignore it.
Anyway. Cass is like,
Oh god. Okay.
like she finally wisens up to the situation. Oh,
Oh wait a minute! You're naked under the.
I'll leave you
Oh,
alone.
right.
And she kind of moves
That's-
Reaver
that's
away
why
from the door.
That's why
Come on, buddy.
That's why.
Yeah,
the,
it's like,
that's
come on,
why
buddy.
the-
It's a shuffle for a second because Reaver has 8 feet and you have 1 to
Yeah.
use.
Mhm.
But eventually they move back and you get the door open and just kind of like scrape the armor into
Yeah.
the door jamb and get out.
I'm glad that
I'm glad that Graceland's welcome home, honey, was ruined on Cassandra.
Cass goes back to the murder scene, and you're still
yeah,
there.
she is still there.
So I need to talk to you real quick, or I ask you something.
Come on.
I'm conducting a little bit of research in terms of the Philosopher's Stones, and I would like to borrow the Sword of Cost for a moment. I'm going to ask Pyra for her sword or knife as well.
If he lets you do that, and Cora looks distracted at the moment, but unbuckles the sword and gives it to you.
I grab it in her hand.
Grab, not the handle.
Yeah, she grabs the scabbard.
The sword comes with you.
Oh, that's good. Also, look forward to going to bed tonight. And she walks away.
Oh.
I'm sure Cora already did. The thought of sleeping in a bed again after this long, I'm sure feels great.
Her moods are her spirits are a little bit lifted, tiny bit.
So she's holding she walks with the Sword of Cost, and she gets to Pyra's room and knocks on it. Pyra,
Fucking hold on. I need a goddamn.
may I come in?
What do you need?
Your knife. I'm doing some research in Philosopher's Stones.
She hands it to you without saying anything.
Thank you.
Anything else?
That's all, really. I appreciate it.
Door slams.
Well, I mean,
Understandable. And she goes back to her room with all the fucking soul blades in tow. Fucking hers, Pyra's, and Cora's.
looking almost as excited as Tattoo in the toy section of Walmart.
So what are you gonna try and do with these?
She wants to.
What?
She's gonna try with hers first because it's hers, and she doesn't want to fuck with anyone else's yet. But she holds hers out, and
She's gonna feed Asmodeus to the tree.
not Asmodeus. That would be a very bad idea.
All right, now we have the devil tree.
Yep.
You fool!
Oh, actually, you just have Aku.
Yeah! I have Alcuna. We had Asmodeus. He's not here.
Shape-shifting master of darkness.
Wielding
A foolish samurai. Wielding a master of darkness. Wielding.
Shut the fuck up and tell me what you're doing, Matt. You dumb piece of shit.
So, per Mr. Fucking, what's your brother's name?
Zevran.
Per Zevran's tutelage, not really tutelage, but advice, knowledge. He let the thing slip of it requiring souls. I'm going to see if I could offer up one of the angel souls that I got from the battlefield of the undead that's in mine. It's like I went to stab a bunch of them to help us help sort of cost deal with fucking Mr. Azzy.
Are
man.
you positive that's a good idea?
It's an
So-
angel, not a devil.
So I feel
It'll
like
be a
Koss
tree.
needs those.
It'll
Hold
be a
on.
good tree.
You go to put the sword to the tree, right?
Mhm.
And it dawns on you. I don't know how to make that happen. I don't know how to get
I don't have a USB. I don't have the right.
right. There's not a USB socket from the sword to the tree.
So she just kind of.
All right.
But do you know who might have the knowledge of where you might be able to figure out how to do that?
Koss?
The priest.
Oh, the priest.
Whoops.
Shit.
Hey, choir boy. I want to feed an angel to this weird tree we found in the Sunless Citadel.
Also, two things. You're fortunate we do not play with alignment, and that you are not a class dependent on it.
Yeah.
Because that was not a good thing.
Yeah, no, I know that's not a good thing at all.
Actually, you're already long past the point of doing bad things this whole party, really.
We're the ones who put the angel souls in those blades, after all.
Castor did not partake of that, thank you.
You also didn't have a room blade.
Before
Drolish
Cass
looted
goes
the gods
to
and punished
the-
those who resisted.
Yeah, no.
Yes, before she goes and talks to him, the good person that would not like for me to put an angel inside this fucking tree and sacrifice its soul, she's gonna grab the scabbard of the Sword of Koss and see if she can talk to Koss through that. Hey, are you in there, Koss?
Hey,
Can you hear
buddy.
me? Does this work? Is this how this works?
No, I'm on vacation.
Hey, buddy.
Well, I'll try again later. So I need some help. Do you know how to transfer souls from one blade into another specimen?
No. No, I don't.
Okay.
I was kind of hoping the wizard would figure that one out so I wouldn't have to live in the sword forever.
That is honestly fair, considering how you're still inside of it.
Time have I had?
Well, since this is going to directly affect you with what I'm going to do, are there any souls inside this sword that you can spare?
Yeah, plenty of them.
Perfect. Because I need to make more Philosopher's Stones, or at least try to. Use
Okay.
and they require souls.
Okay.
From what I've heard. So I just don't want to do anything that would be drastic and you not holding back the tide propel.
Just don't feed me to it.
I will try my hardest. I won't. So we're going on a trip. Come with me.
Why am I coming with you?
Because I don't want anyone to steal you. People have stolen from my room already. She's like, this is a conversation in her head. And I don't think Cora would be very happy if you just suddenly disappeared.
That literally can't happen.
I don't know the specifics between you and Cora's bonding.
Oh, my gods, please do not call it that.
Oh no.
That was 3 letters away from a disaster.
Please don't call it a connection or...
Working relationship.
There we go. Well, you use that.
Thank you,
that was
whatever
one of the
soul.
other
Thank
souls.
you, whatever soul offered that one up.
That was the one
Like
with
the one that like
magic
stopped
souls.
screaming. Ah! It's a working relationship. Ah!
Business partner. Yes, that one. Thank you.
So-
Associates.
Yes, you're working associate. You're still coming with me just because it helps me relax.
But fuck Pyra's knife and my bayonet. I just
Well,
need to
well,
say-
no, like she's taking all of the soul stuff. She just is talking to Cos because I can do that. Cass goes to Castor's room.
Castor's not there.
Hey, look at all this cool shit.
Is he also in the murder room?
No.
Is he in the war room?
Castor is in the yard. Like the general courtyard. He's helping with the walls.
You find him eventually.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like I'll talk to the page or whatever. Fucking and I
Page.
go.
Yes, sir. There's
Yes,
one Castor.
sir.
I'll find him.
Yes, sir.
So I get to Cass and I get to Castor and
Same difference, really.
yeah. And
I walk to
is
myself.
there any way that you happen to know? I know this is a sudden question. You're enjoying your time eating apples or drinking your tea, but is there any way that you'd know how to move a soul from an object to another one?
I can give you the answer.
Castor looks up at you holding the fucking, what do they call the thing they use to cement bricks together? Mortar? Holding a fucking trowel full of mortar.
Yeah.
Yes, eating apples and drinking tea. What do you want?
I can't actually answer that question for you though, Caster.
I would like that.
So the church keeps an archive of potentially seditious material so that it isn't consumed, but also because most of it does hold a kernel of truth and stuff that is useful.
It's like the vault under Vatican City.
Pretty much. They're located all over the world, but you know that there is a small, safe archive in Ashianor. It is considered the safest place to keep texts that are potentially dangerous. The reason for that being that if the security on it is breached, the entire thing can go up in flames.
Gotcha.
But if the church had the information, it would be there.
What is it you're looking for?
I'm trying to figure out how to make more philosopher's stones, and they require souls. The Drow have them, and we need to get more. I know it's not particularly good, but these are not good times.
Castor sets the trowel down and starts wiping off his hands on a towel he's got looped around his belt.
Yeah, the weatherwack.
Got him.
More of a breath, Joe.
That hurt me.
Sorry.
Got him.
You got him.
And the witherwack's back in his room, thank you.
Okay.
The wither tower.
The throw pillow?
It's a blanket.
I know.
He starts wiping his hands. What exactly do you need?
The knowledge on how to use one of these and move the souls inside of it to another vessel. Holding, like, Pyra's karambit blade.
Okay, why? Do we not have enough rune blades?
What other ones do we have that have a surplus of souls to use? Besides this one, the bayonet that I have, and this.
More what I'm getting at is, why are you moving souls?
For the Philosopher's Stones.
Clearly, but
Why? You're asking why I'm doing it. Because we need them.
not why you're making Philosopher's Stone, Cassandras. Why do you need to move the souls?
Because, to my knowledge, the tree that produces the apples, just from an educated guess, requires souls to make the apples. The special apples.
I see. I really don't like these prospects, and he pulls the towel from his belt, now completely soiled, and just kind of tosses it off to the side out of everyone's way. But we were kind of going to be using those souls to make an army of counter demons, I guess. Anyway, so
You're just-
at this point, honestly, fuck it.
Hold on. You're in the middle of a courtyard, surrounded by everyone. Just like, oh, fucking.
There's a lot of noise going on.
Yo,
Nobody's
man,
paying any fucking
we're gonna make like an army of counter demons.
We're gonna have
and
a hella
shit.
dope
Rick's being like,
What?
Grix in the corner is like the fucking glowing-eyed Tom picture.
Fucking phone.
Yes! How the beats.
Hey, man.
They were gonna get consumed at some point anyway by cost or something else to hold back everything that's. We're dealing with a lot on our plate right now.
You can say that again. In fact, I'll do it.
For as much as I detest the idea, it's not like it's any worse than the other ideas that we've had. The best place we'll probably find that information is in one of the Safe's vaults. They're basically hideaways for all of the what's the word I'm looking for here? Sacrilegious knowledge that the church holds with it, so that the knowledge isn't lost forever, and also so that it stays out of the hands of people who use it for ill. The most likely place for something specifically like that, because that is the most blasphemous idea I've ever heard, would probably be in the Big Vault. Well, everybody calls it the Big Vault. It's got a name. I don't fucking remember what it is, but it's in a
Big vault.
The big one.
the big boy.
Vault in a shield.
The biggest boy.
The whole idea with it being placed in the Firelands is essentially that if the security of it is breached by someone who would have ill intention, the whole place can very easily go up in flames, considering it sits in the caldera of a volcano.
I told Lady Kadra that I would not be leaving the keep so soon.
Gotta help out both jobs.
Fortunately, I don't have the knowledge on me. It's not like that's something that they just
Yeah.
kind of teach people.
Yeah, no, I didn't think that you would know exactly how to do it, just know where I could maybe get the information. Which you do know. Or at least know where it would be if it existed.
Yeah, it definitely exists. And the church keeps information like that hidden in little pockets basically all over the world. But if you're looking for something that heathen, it's likely it's going to be there, easily destroyed if security is breached, because that could have some serious damaging potential.
If you're looking for something that heathen, it would be over there with all those other heathens.
It's a good thing we have the two stealthiest people on the fucking planet.
Right? Shit.
One doesn't even need a fucking ring. She just is that stealthy.
I might be able to lever. Honestly, I don't want to leave the keep, especially not in this state. But this stage, and with more sieges likely imminent, and I'm certain you don't want to leave either, especially after you told Lady Kadra. But if you're going to be pursuing that, we're both going to have to go. You're going to need my leverage with the church to even get close to it.
We could leave Drolish in charge of the troops. She knows how to work with them.
How far can you teleport, Cora?
Oh, fascinating question.
Around the world.
100 miles per caster level,
Holy shit.
Fucking
God.
Christ.
which as I'm casting it as a wizard, that's 1,100 miles.
Oh!
Actually, no, that'd be 1,200 miles now.
Oh yeah. Fucking Christ, man.
You guys should just 1v1 a Fae. It works out really well.
Just eat a Fae.
Yeah,
You actually could teleport to a Shianor.
You're probably the only one in the party who could 1v1 a Fae, just saying.
You have pretty much the limit of your range would get you there.
It would take us a long time to get there on foot, far longer than we have any capability to do.
Or even
Wait.
by air.
Cora, we could see if she could teleport us or something.
Can she teleport us that far?
I don't know. The least we could do.
There may be some sort of metaphysical question being asked at the very moment, but I can't tell one way or another.
We could at the very least ask. She's certain to have at least some kind of feel for her range. I doubt it'll be able to take us directly to the vault, but that's partly because I don't know this exact location that it's at. I'd have to do some research, get back in contact with the temple, see if they'd be even willing to offer a smidgen of that knowledge. I don't rank very high.
she could scry the location and she could teleport there.
Okay.
With a given
Try
percent
defining
chance
it.
of failure.
As we well know.
I've got a rough approximate idea of it, where it is, but it's not like they've got a fucking map open for public viewing.
Yeah, no. Would it be more of like in the middle of a city, or would it be isolated on its own, but guarded by special knights of the order? I mean, knights I'm sure would still be there, but...
So it's under heavy guard regardless, but the question is whether or not it would be in a large city where it would be protected by the fact of you don't want bombs and shit going off in a large area with, because that'll draw some serious attention, or it's in the middle of fuck off nowhere, because who's gonna look there?
Right.
So it's kind of a 50-50, and it also could be anywhere between. I have to see what I can divine. I can check with Cora, I can check back with the church, but who knows how long it'll take for that word to travel.
Okay.
This isn't going to be a today thing.
No, I wasn't expecting it to, but... I was hoping it'd at least be within a month thing. Okay.
I mean, we can see what we can work out, but and he kind of vaguely gestures around to all the damage on the walls,
Yeah.
the wounded individuals with bandages all over them still being required to work because the keep has to be upheld. We're not really in any position.
Of course not.
Okay, another 4 entities.
Okay. Well, thank you for your help, Caster. If you do find out more, please let me know. I'll be in my room or out and about helping with repairs.
Yeah, I'll send word and see if I can find anything about it.
Okay, thank you. And she goes back to her room.
You could also teleport to Ancestors Crossing. Just sitting here looking at the map.
I thought the desert was more to the south. And
It is to the
It
south.
is to the south.
I'm just saying she has the range to get there.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's like 600 or so miles south, but it's kind of a moot point.
Okay. So, Cass gets back to her room. She actually finally, she has all this stuff in tow with her still. And she begins to look at the Arcanophage, or what she is assumed to be the Arcanophage.
Okay.
Is there anything like after like a night of observing it, is there any information I can glean from one vial or the other?
Roll Alchemy, Arcana, Nature.
Well, that's gonna be 28. Well, 19 on die, so.
Alone. So, I'm sorry, what did you roll?
28.
Alright. So, roll the rest of the stuff also.
Oh, like roll all of that?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize that was all of it. Okay, like I thought it was a choice. Ooh. Okay, so that's pencil. There we go. So that's 29, 16. And the other one's Arcana?
Yep.
Alright.
Arcana page.
Well, shit. So, in order from least to greatest, we have Alchemy at a 29, not 29, 28. Knowledge Nature at 16. And Knowledge Arcana at 6.
Do you have Knowledge Arcana trained?
No. Actually, no, I do. I do have it. Well, no, I don't.
That's
have a
even worse.
I don't have a rank in.
And then you can't roll it.
Fuck. Well, it's just, so in that case, it's 28 and 16.
It is very dangerous.
Right.
Muy bad.
Okay. So it's actually something dangerous. Good.
When you put your skin up to the glass, the liquid reacts and pulls towards your skin.
Kind of like holding a magnet against.
Yep.
Okay.
It's like holding a magnet against ferrofluid.
Okay. And is that with both vials? The one that's duller than the other one, or what?
So the dull one doesn't do that,
The dull one doesn't.
but the active agent does. As for what you are able to take away from this, it's all Greek to you.
Okay.
You would have to open it.
And potentially kill everyone.
Right.
And I'm not about to do that. Not in the situation that we're in, where I have no way of containing it. Besides it being in the bottle. How'd they get in the bottle in the first place? God damn it.
Fabricate bottle.
Fabricate bottle around gas.
I mean, they could have distilled it and burned it off from something.
That's true.
Actually, there's something you can glean from your alchemy. Pretty much the only way they could have gotten it in this bottle in its liquid form, and like with you knowing that when it's uncorked it will become gaseous, means one, unless this cork is made out of an extraordinary material, it will still eventually evaporate out of this bottle. And two, it would mean that they had to burn it off from another source, kind of the same way you distill moonshine.
We should put it in the bag of holding where there's no air so that it won't evaporate.
That is a good idea. So having gleaned that, and is that with both vials too? Or is that just the big, bad, scary one?
Not the dull liquid.
I mean, that's... If the dull one also becomes gaseous when uncorked, it would be the same.
Okay, so she puts both in her bag of holding that she has.
We actually don't even know if the dull one becomes gaseous because Grix didn't tell us anything about it.
Yeah, it's just a safe assumption.
Is there anything is there anything different about the duller liquid that you're able to tell from your alchemy?
It does not. I mean, it doesn't pull whenever I put my finger against it, kind of like how it does with the other one. I don't know what else it would be. I mean, it's same situation, assuming that it also turns gaseous.
If only you had rolled a higher arcana, you might be able to tell something.
I mean, I can't roll it to begin with.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So, what is Drolish doing?
What Drolish is doing, she is currently walking towards her room to look about her forge.
It's cold, but it can be made spicy again.
Spicy. Excellent. Now, my original idea was to have her like smelt the plate armor that we have in the bag of holding and forge her armor, but that takes months to do.
I mean,
Does it? A full plate armor.
that depends heavily on what you're trying to make it out of.
That's right. It was the I forgot the official name. The Devil's Plate armor that we got.
You want to rework the metal that's made of.
Like
She wants to melt those suits
to
armor
melt
down
it
that
into
took off the
ignates and
devils.
then work those ignates into her own armor. That would take time, I'd imagine.
What do you want to get out of it? Because
Armor. Oh,
What kind
I
of armor?
knew
Sorry.
that, genius.
I'm
I meant
sorry.
are you expecting +2 armor, +3? Like, what do you plan to get out of it?
Yeah.
Because that'll determine your crafting time.
Yeah, I was thinking like a +3.
Okay, give me a second.
Yeah, no problem.
+3 seems shooting high, +2 might be your best bet.
With no additional properties?
Not at the moment, no. She doesn't know magic. She can't really enchant it with.
I mean, you can't give it. You have like 3 spellcasters.
That's fair, but no, not at the moment.
You only have one source of this stuff. You also have like 700 pounds of mithril and adamantite.
We have a lot
That's
of
true,
rock.
actually.
We have a lot of fucking material to work with.
That's true. Never mind. I'd imagine the
We also
adamantite
probably
is-
need to identify that devil armor before you just go fucking melting it.
Nah.
We don't know what it's made out of.
So here is what does happen though. You walk
Mm-hmm.
in with the intent of melting this stuff down. You
Yeah.
heat up the forge, you get it all going, and then you throw it into the forge, getting ready to smelt it, and you sit there for an hour,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh yeah, this came from devils.
Yeah, just.
We went to smelt it and was like, oh shit.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Damn it.
That's right.
Gotta cold smelt it.
I was definitely in the. Okay, that's a no. So she.
It's like bone meal. Gotta grind it into a powder.
She takes tongs and puts inside, moves, and takes out the armor, not wanting to burn herself, and puts it in the cooling thing just to store it for now. It's like, and she's going to work on crafting her full plate armor out of adamantite.
Alright, so if you have the enlisted assistance of anyone else, it would take you 25 days to make +5. It'll take you 9 to make +3.
9 days. Okay. So, she looks like an instant just. I want to see what that dwarf down there has because I want to go as soon as possible get it done with.
See what who has?
The dwarf.
The dwarf blacksmith that she fucked for her original armor.
That's alright, I did do that.
It was sideways.
It was sideways.
It was all kinds of ways.
It was what?
It was
He
sideways.
had a crooked dick.
Oh.
It
You
curved
peed around a corner.
It curved sharply to the left.
I don't like that.
You said it.
It's just a 90-degree angle.
He's got an Allen wrench for a penis?
Oh. Wait,
And we're done.
so is it like short end or long end that it curves? Or just like, is it like long and then, or is it just?
What if it
really-
curves down and it's like a water spigot? Like,
Yeah, so like,
They're
Well,
like,
you can't really fuck like that, can you, Ty?
so like, is it like this or is it like this, where it's really she's like a chode?
Guys.
look at my L chode.
Look at my outro.
I'm watching Tyler.
I
Ty, mind your hair. Ty, mind your hair.
Ty, you're about to catch
I
fire.
hate you. Also, my hair is pulled back.
Even the, like, even the,
There were tiny strands that were drooping dangerously towards the fire.
I'm gonna see what that dwarf has. And she goes on. She leaves the room and starts heading there. Sorry, my brain's just fuzzy at the moment.
You're good. The best he has available for you is a suit of what is, in fantasy terms, he's like, it's magic plate mail. It's +1, like, plate mail.
Hey, it's something.
I mean, yeah, it's better than walking around with fucking.
Jorts.
Yeah. Your mom sucked me good and hard through me. Jorts.
Wearing your tunic
Did you see what I sent you?
with a jelt.
It's something. It's something. You're probably gonna
With
think like,
juice.
what the fuck?
It's
But
a jelted tunic with juice.
She has a very big hunch, and I, as a player, also do. So.
Anyway, she goes and buys that plate armor.
Alright, hand him over, like, 3,000 gold.
How much gold do we have?
Actually, no, it'd be less than that. It'd be like,
I think it'd be less. Yeah.
it's like 1,900.
We have that. And just
The fact that how much gold we have is nebulous is a problem.
Hey, how much gold do we have, actually? Because I need 5,000 of it.
Something to the tune of half a
For
mil at
what?
this point.
Permanency.
Oh.
We
okay.
have at least what is it? That how much is it that?
We have at least
Plus.
like 500,000.
How the fuck do you think we have 500,000, Tattoo?
Two Philosopher's Stones worth
They
of
make
gold.
25,000, not 250,000.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah,
we have at
50,000.
least 50,000. That's
You-
a lot.
Oh my god! You were about to.
That's zero.
You were about to make us fucking like broken rich.
Here comes the money!
Holy shit!
I want to fully cranked again.
all right. I know I said.
Money.
Hey, listen. I know I said I'd resurrect your friend, but first.
But first.
But no, she.
Leave 1 coin. It's like a video game when you leave 1 charge of an item, sell it, and then buy it back for all of its charges.
I know I said I'd resurrect your friend, but we're rich now, so here's 2 coins for her eyes.
Anyway.
Wow.
Wow. Jesus.
Ooh.
Holy shit.
Anyway, she goes. She hands over the money. She takes the armor, and goes back into her room to make sure it's really polished, and then works on putting it on.
She goes back to her room, smelts that, makes her that instead.
Why is Guiding Star not?
I guess this will do.
Hi, my name's Haley, and here's one of my biggest gripes with permanency. The list of things that you can permanency is so fucking small. It feels like it's not been updated like ever.
You're trying to make Guiding Star so you can teleport there all the time, right?
Yeah. I know.
Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
Okay. And as soon as she finishes putting it on, just that's going to take some time. She does that. It's just a clatter of just like pots and pans. Is the sound of it? Just
Yeah, it'll sort of. You might want to wait for me to actually finish latching it on.
yeah.
You're sitting there like
Oh,
jumping up and
yeah,
down,
this-
and he's
oh,
still
this
got like side hooks
yeah.
to put on. Like,
Oh yeah.
oh,
Are you like excited to put? Yeah, I have armor now. I'm not fucking.
Just
I'm surprised he's not hitting on her more.
thank you. It feels like I'm hiding behind this, but it'll do. So,
He prefers taller women.
I think that's probably the case.
Yeah, there you go.
yeah.
That'll do it.
He likes women to look down on him.
Oh.
What cup size is Drollish? We can resolve this now.
That's actually.
We
hold
know
on.
what he actually needs.
Oh my god.
Wait, hold on.
You're not rolling. She's rolling for. What is this, fatal?
Okay, so first of all, you're a dwarf, so your band size is easily like 42.
Yeah, I know that.
Fuck, I'm not
Dwarves
getting
are just
spell checked
inherently
for
busted.
sucking my whole ass.
Yeah,
There's no getting around that.
My god, Siri.
Well, based on that, I'm gonna round up and say it's like pushing double D, but it's D. It's like D.
What the fuck did you just roll
Hey.
that for? And what scale were you using?
Yeah, how did you scale whatever dice
Hey.
you rolled to boob size?
No, like I'm the one with the overactive Ludar, and I'm curious about this. How the fuck did you do that?
There's like an old table that I made like when I would make some characters, and like it just fell on
Oh.
it fell on numbers when I couldn't decide on anything.
So we know that Siri would be okay with playing Fatal.
No, it's not. It's not that. Stop that.
Was it just a
please.
fully
Do
generated?
not.
Was it just
Hi.
a fully randomly generated character?
Ty,
Yeah.
same. Why would you need that information on a roll
And-
table?
And it's an old DM that I don't play with anymore.
Good.
He required
Yeah.
to know your
What?
rules?
Mm-hmm.
And you played with this man?
For 2 days, before I was over it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's valid.
All right.
But I use that because you asked that question. I'm like, I don't fucking know, man.
Anyways.
Anyway, Ty, you can come the fuck out now.
The world is scary outside the cage.
Tyler is not fond of the outer net.
This server sucks, kids. Like the physics engine is fucking terrible. It's way too restricting. The graphics are nice, but I don't know.
The graphics are nice, but no.
I don't know about this server.
I don't know.
Anyways.
Moving on, Drollish and Armor.
Yes.
My, what fine craftsmanship!
My one fine craftsmanship. She goes. I don't think she was actually given a writ to prove that she's an ambassador for Lady Kadra.
She didn't expect you to leave yet.
Okay, that's fair, honestly. And just so.
Where are you expecting to be going? Right, back to the place. Yeah, never mind. I'd forgotten what everyone's plans were.
That's
To enlist
that's
aid.
fair, honestly. So with that, there's really nothing special for her going on at the moment. She goes down to the stables and starts taking care of a horse that is now stick. 0 exercise.
It also, you don't need a horse that big to carry you anywhere because you're not a 7'6"
No,
orc.
no. So
No,
it's
but
just
she
kind of
probably
like,
weighs about the same.
yeah, she probably weighs about the same,
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
true
just-
actually.
But instead of like this, her brushing is now.
You get stilts. You find a crate to stand on.
A small ladder.
You found a box to stand on.
You
Fucking
need to
step
lean
stool.
the ladder against the horse.
The horse is strong enough to take it. But no, like she spends the majority of her time taking care of a horse.
God. Burn that fucking lactic acid and wake me up inside.
Can't wake up.
All right.
Yeah.
Playing D&D.
Alright, playing D&D. Also, is Cora still in her room?
Cora is still at the scene of the
Oh,
crime,
right,
frozen in stasis.
Cora
Frozen in stasis.
has been frozen in stasis based on the bombshell Drolis dropped since the last session. All of the events that have taken place during this session, Cora has been there.
She's still kind of thinking that over?
No, I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
I have things that I have something that I am actually doing.
Okay. Just... Ever since she said it, Cora's just...
Yeah, the focus has not been on me, so I can't do it yet.
Understandable. But no, Drolish isn't... Like, there isn't really much for her to really do at the moment.
She gets herself a suit of armor.
She gets armor now.
Alright. What is Castor up to now that he's thrown away his towel and is no longer bricking up walls? We catch Castor on the toilet, but he does have an apple.
He's just kind of, I could bite into this, but then the shit germs would get there.
Drolish
You in
wouldn't help
that
me with
one
the walls.
line
Okay.
implies so much about what my world knows about medicine that it hurts.
I know it does. Oh no, I don't want poopy particles on my apple.
I don't want poopy on my
I don't want
apple.
poopy on my apple.
No.
I didn't even realize.
Is there any more
Our fucking
Did
one
you
brain
clean up
cell just
the
pinged
cutting
again.
board?
At
one
the same
thing you
time,
asked
Amy
to
and
do
I
every
both
time?
know.
Castor is currently in the war room going over like sheets and statistics, who's still alive, how much people there are, what the supply lines are like, etc.
Oh, man.
General maintenance of the keep.
The units of troops that you had have become significantly more hardened in their repeated battles. They seem to be holding up well with relatively minimal casualties, which at first was just as a secondary effect of them not being deployed regularly, but as things became more desperate, they started having to put in more work, and they're doing pretty okay for themselves. Lots of Boltjaw's men are wounded or dead. The priests are gone. The dragons are in dreadful shape. But you're here.
Oh, what a fucking mess.
Oh, fuck. Didn't Kadra say she needed, like, all of us?
No.
No.
Be
She
more
said-
specific.
She said she wanted at least the mayor and the runner of the keep here. Everyone
No,
else.
I thought it was, she had said she needed us for something.
I mean,
Oh.
she gave us all. She gave us
all
all duties.
supervisions, like
You two
You
are going to
and
go to
Ryan
Ancestors
did it.
Crossing. You two are staying here holding down the fort. I'm going back to Arkbridge.
Okay.
I'm gonna just tell you right now, that one's probably gonna be an adventure. That one we can probably do in a session. Teleporting to the vault, we could, like, most of this stuff can be done in short order. Going back to Arkbridge and getting Jackal are not tasks that...
Oh, I'm not going to get Jackal by myself. That's
Oh.
an everyone thing.
No, I know, but I'm saying those two tasks on their own are things.
Because you have to
This
walk
is
through
stuff-
the Dark again. Besides going
This
to
is
the
shit, and you're talking about stuff.
Right.
As long as I can cast Marching Chant, if I don't as long as I can cast Marching Chant, I can get back to the Arkbridge in a day and a half.
This is me saying the law of the land.
I know. I'm just saying.
Anyway, DM overruling now in place.
Oh no, it's not that it would. I mean, it might take longer, but it would be because I have a fucking adventure, Haley. I have shit to do.
I know.
So.
A poopy in my butthole.
Thank you, Aaron. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Do we know anyone that knows dragon physic?
Dragon what?
Physic.
A doctor.
I don't think we do. They're gonna have to manage.
But
Oh,
was I asked a question?
I asked you a question in private.
gods. How long were we gone? Could have been that long.
Grix just fucking pops his head in. 2 months, Chief.
Good months, man.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, you were gone for 2 months.
He actually popped his head in.
That's actually Shuko.
Oh no.
You've
Oh, no.
you've been away 2 months, Chief.
Is it?
Is it Chuko?
Yeah.
Is it Grix, is it Chuko, or is it Joke?
I mean, like, Grix actually says that.
Oh, great. It's okay.
Oh, Grex. Hi. I don't think I've gotten a proper night's sleep in about as long. So yeah, that seems about right. That tracks.
Yeah, I can't say I've slept good either.
You
I
know,
don't think anyone has.
being here without you guys for 2 months and all. He's just a super, like, a guilt-trippy girlfriend.
It's fine.
You never call me.
I'm fine.
I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Go ahead. No,
That-
I
that's
understand.
That's
No.
also like in the
No.
same vein
No,
of
I
like
understand.
the fucking like judgmental Jewish parent. Oh no, you know what you did. You know
I-
what you did.
Oh, so you guys need to leave again. That's fine.
You
That's
never
okay.
call me anymore.
always leaving knives on the counter.
You know, I just keep wondering, is my grandchild alive? I don't know. They never call me.
How about you made me some grandchildren?
When am I gonna be a great grandmama?
I just want to say, before I re-rail this fucking campaign,
Before we get things back on track here.
I am a married woman, and I think maybe 3 or 4 times in my entire relationship have I heard, "No, I'm fine," and all of them have felt like shit.
No, I'm fine.
No,
Oh,
no. No, no.
No.
It's like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. It's fine.
Oh no.
That's when it's bad. That's when
Oh,
I
no,
sleep
no.
out here.
Son of a bitch.
No, it's fine. It's
Oh,
fine.
God damn it.
That hurt me.
Because I have to do something really bad for Haley to be mad at me.
So now that we're being re-railed.
Yeah, now that we are desperately getting back on track.
You know what you fucking did, Siri?
What?
I'm trying.
Re-rail, please. Please re-rail.
So, Caster, you're there in the room with Grix.
He looks at you.
Stop it.
Your fucking wallpaper.
You're a big guy. Got a new axe on you.
Yeah, I picked it up in our travels.
That sounds ominous. Holy fuck.
Yeah, you put it to good work, you know, when we were under attack again.
Wish we could have gotten here sooner.
Yeah, we all wish that. Y'all gonna head out soon and find the wizard?
Probably at some point, but we've still got to make sure that the keep is a-okay. Sending someone down to see if we can get any help from the orcs down Ancestors Crossing, the desert in the south. I've got, well, general maintenance and whatnot.
Where's Pyra?
Somewhere around here.
Well, you're mighty helpful, aren't you, big guy?
And you got anything more specific than that, or?
Unfortunately not. Probably her room, I guess? I don't know. I've got too much to keep track of to worry about her whereabouts.
I ain't seen the Titan anywhere around the keep. Where's she?
The
That one's a long story.
Give me the short story.
We have a new friend, but also not.
That's not the short story.
That's not a helpful answer. I understand why you're a fighter now.
Smooth like an egg up there, ain't you?
You don't got the thinky parts, do you, big
There's
boy?
a reason. I didn't exactly make it into tactics school, yeah, but I
My
can swing
think
axe with the
meats.
best of them, okay? Fuck.
My think meat's good. Big meat.
I'm just glad you got big arms.
Fight meat.
So they can hold me real good, hold me real close, pick me up nice.
Your plans are dumb, but you got big meat. My plans are great. My meat is huge.
And back on track, Amy.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
My plans are great. My meat is huge.
Caster Firecracker.
I mean, there's kind of a reason they sent me out here originally on my own and not, leading a battalion, but hey, life happens.
Hold on.
Now
Yeah,
I've got to keep the running.
It happened for a lot of people, I gotta say.
He's being intentionally vague because it's Grix.
I don't think. Did we ever inform Castor that he needed to be aware of like
Grix is the
Grix?
one who's like most aware of Grix, aside from Cassandra.
Yeah.
Grix is
Grix?
the one who's most aware of Grix.
Yes, I would suppose he is
Castor is
self-aware.
I'm pretty sure the two first ones to be aware of Grix were Pyra and Cassandra. I don't
Castor
think.
has been wary of Grix since the beginning, considering he's the leader of a thieves guild.
I'm gonna go look for the pyromancer. Shouldn't be that hard. You know.
I just follow the smell of char.
Yeah. How's she taking the whole dead girlfriend thing? It's been like an hour.
Absolutely horribly.
She's probably over. It's been like that.
Absolutely horribly. She's probably in her room.
Given her history, she'll forget it in a week.
Wow. One of the many benefits.
Sounds like an upside, if you're asking me. Toodaloo, choir boy.
Got you around, thief.
I was gonna make a quip about how at least he'll die with money, but you own this place, so
That'd be kind of like, just be like,
At least I'll die with money. Like not even looking
Yeah,
at.
it's-
Not
from
even
a
looking at.
bath towel. But as he's turning around leaving,
There was a. What was I going to do but first?
just send me a message.
No, it's to him.
Go ahead and you can show up.
Okay.
But first,
Yeah, but first you were saying. Yeah, I kind of want to know.
I mean, Grix leaves the room. You're sitting there, the sound of I didn't exactly go to tactics school resonating in your head. And a hand is placed on your back. No, you didn't, but you could have.
Well, I couldn't have Chuko, and you know that. You were always the brighter of us two.
Definitely wasn't the stronger.
No, that's why they sent me alone, and you got stuck with a bunch of knights. You definitely were the more powerful, though. That's how you got into the morning dew.
That's debatable.
Well, I mean, it was either me or you, and you got it, so hey.
Is Caster speaking out loud?
Yes.
Droller hears him talking to himself. It's just.
My think meats.
Yeah, so she hears him speaking to himself, just. I get it. And.
I get it.
Yeah, I get it. And then she walks over. Hey, Caster.
Who the... Oh,
Yeah.
hey, Drollish.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I prefer you not call me Drollish around here unless we're in total privacy.
Okay,
Honestly.
what would you prefer I call you then?
I was thinking about it. Dagna's fine or something.
Dagna?
Yeah. It sounds dwarvy enough.
I don't know enough about dwarves to dispute that. What do you want, Dagna?
Now, you seen out of all of the party members, you seem to be the most knowledgeable of divine magic.
I take it you're going to be asking about your
Yep,
newfound condition.
absolutely. What is it like for you?
If you'd care to come to my room.
That's fine. What?
What?
That's
Oh,
not.
messages.
Oh. Okay.
The caster leads Drollish to his room. It's basically the same way it was before, rather sparsely decorated. His bed is exactly the same. There's the bed sheet piled next to the bed that
It's on
is-
fire.
Oh no!
It's all on fire.
Who the pyro?
Someone has poured concrete and then set the concrete on fire.
On your pillow.
That's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
That is an accomplishment, actually.
Pyro, what'd you do?
There is concrete on my bed, and the concrete is on fire. The bed is not. Pyro, where are you? Anyway, it's fairly sparsely decorated. There's a rather simple bed. There's a writing desk with writing supplies on it. There's some loose sheets of safe marked paper on the desk, just kind of strewn there from the last time he'd written a letter. There is a shelf with a bunch of small figurines, some in the shape of turtles, some in the shape of angels, that kind of thing. Some are made of wood, some of stone. Just very roughly carved. It's not very good art, but they're there and you can tell what they are.
That's good enough.
Take a seat at the...
She sits down on your bed.
She sits down on the flaming concrete.
Sure, Caster Cole sits down at his desk and turns toward her. So,
I just wanted to ask, what does it feel like when you cast your spells? I guess you could call them, or divine, whatever.
I suppose technically they are spells in the strictest sense, yes. It's complicated. It's not derived from knowledge like arcane magic is. It's derived from faith, spiritual power, soul, connection with the gods. In my case, and many of my comrades' case, specifically the goddess Safe, the sun. You're well aware of all this. I'm sorry, I'm very tired.
It's perfectly fine. I am as well.
It's hard to describe. I'm not a man of words.
That's perfectly fine.
Warm, reassuring, I guess. It just kind of flows naturally at this point. I've just kind of been doing it all my life. The first times I was able to cast magic, though, was very intense. That I definitely remember was overjoying, I guess. Mostly for the sense of satisfaction, but also the sense of oneness, I guess, with the divine. It's hard to put into words.
Essentially, you kind of feel a connection through the devoutness of your faith and to your goddess, and
Yeah.
through that connection, that's where you're able to act as kind of like a conduit.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's like if you had a friend that you cared for so much, it gave you the ability to force your will into manifest.
I don't know if I like the implications of that in regards to me, because I don't follow any gods anymore.
Well, you're also a special case. You were resurrected by god blood. That's not a thing that I know of any records of. The church probably has records of that kind of thing, but reincarnations are an extremely rare circumstance.
I can imagine even cast by druids.
And druids do that thing, but they're very secretive about, well, everything.
I mean, I suppose it makes sense. But
How have you been feeling? I'm certain this has to be weird for you.
it is. I'm sure you've noticed in the past, in combat, I get very, very angry. that anger is more than just a raw emotion for me. Well, was. It was something I was taught by my father to kind of push into, like, every negative emotion you could think of that I used to feed off of. I would kind of crumble it up into my core and then kind of open it so it seeps a little bit into me, and that would be my drive. That would be my main focus, and it'd help me think clearly.
Bottle it like drugs.
In a sense, yeah. Now that's gone. Entirely, and I can't really get. I haven't felt. I felt angry for decades. Now all of it is just gone.
What do you feel?
A type of warmth. Something in the count of like maybe wholeness. In replacement, and maybe like a burn of righteousness that you kind of showed me one time by just casting a spell on me.
Yeah.
That feeling's back. Especially when I was in that worm, but after that I haven't really been able to tap into much of any emotion. I've been trying to find something, but I just don't know what to do with. I don't know what to do with myself anymore.
Yeah, you are, in the most literal sense as could be feasibly imagined, a different person now.
Yeah. And that's...
If you want, usually I have a little bit of free time in the mornings, like immediately after my morning ritual.
I'm sorry. You're
if
good.
you'd like, we can spend that time working with you to... I can spend that time working with you to explore, like, how you're feeling, what you can do now, how to tap into your newfound powers, because you very clearly have them. You displayed that excellently in war. But, I mean, this is all new to me, too.
Yeah, I can imagine, because I just wanted, like with Pyra, for example, in the worm, I just wanted to inspect the wound, see if there's anything I can do with the medical supplies we have, and I just sealed the wound by touching it, and I don't know what caused me to do that. I didn't channel anything in specific as far as I'm aware of.
You wanted to heal the wound. Your will was made manifest through your desire to heal it, to help your friend. That's how this works.
I've never heard of that before until now. That is... I don't know how to feel about that, honestly. And I might have said something, something a little bad to Cora, 3 hours ago.
3 hours ago.
About 3 hours ago. So we've, kind of looked around.
You like that, Haley?
It's good.
I think I've been bitter recently with this new body of mine, and I basically said that she looks for Pyro if she's around.
I mean, Caster was there when you said it.
She's not.
Oh no, Pyro's in a room.
Was Caster there?
Yeah, everyone was there.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay then.
I personally
never mind
don't
that.
remember what you said.
Oh, I basically said that a dead prostitute was not our concern at the moment. That we had more pressing issues. So while I may be right, I still feel wrong about that, and that's also new to me.
That's called guilt. That's because what you said was, as I've heard it put, a dick move.
As I've heard it put, a dick move.
This is what
That
the
occasionally.
The burning you feel, it is shame.
I think once or twice I've heard someone say, "Not cool, bro."
Yeah, that
I've heard the youngsters
When you
call
make
it
someone
a pro gamer move.
When you make someone take a major L, normally what you feel is bad.
You develop bad syndrome in your feelies.
Yeah, that kind of like nausea that you're feeling there, and like the burning in the back of your skull. Yeah, that's called guilt. That's a thing that normal people feel.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Plumon.
Her earnest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, everything's changing about me. Yeah.
And you're gonna have a lot more time to experience it. Orcs typically live, hell, you were on your last
50
legs,
years.
weren't
I was supposed to be dead.
you? There you go. You were long lived for a fucking orc. Now you're. I
Young.
think you're just
Most
barely
orc-
I think you're just barely an adult as far as dwarves go. You've got literally an entire life ahead of you.
As far as dwarves go, as you know, if I recall correctly, I'm just out of teenage years.
How's that feel?
She's young. She's busty. She's ready.
She's pyro at the beginning of this campaign.
I bet you've got a lot more energy than you used to.
Oh, I absolutely do, and I love that. However, again, I'm used to feeding off these negative emotions. Even if I did feel guilt, I would just crumple it up inside, and I would just use it to focus myself. I don't have that anymore, and I would just feel it. So I have to change everything about myself, because ever since the Abyss, I felt the weight of everything I've done, and all of the pain that I caused others, thousands of others. I felt all that in the span of, what was it, 2 hours?
Something like that, real time.
I don't want to go back, so I really. I want to try and do things differently, I suppose.
I can't say I'm surprised that you wouldn't want to go back to the Abyss.
No.
Come on, everybody, let's go to the Abyss.
Not voted one of
Come
the
on.
top vacation spots in Aeva.
That's
Hey, it's warm though.
it's less than pleasant from what I've heard, and if your first-hand account is anything to go by, I'd imagine you wouldn't want to be going back. But thankfully, you seem to happen to have a priest on hand.
That, and it seems fate is determined to put me through a lot more before I'm done.
Maybe
gods
in
are
another
gonna
life, you'd have been a mental physic.
Gods are gonna put you through the ringer, friend. Everything you've done in such a relatively short amount of time as compared to your new lifespan, you've got some making up to do.
I'd imagine I do. Now,
We're gonna go to wait, say what you're gonna say.
No problem. I mean, I don't know exactly whose blood I took, but I'd imagine the gods up there aren't too pleased. I don't want to face that. I don't want to face them either. So I guess I'm stuck here with you guys.
Well, whoever it was, they're dead, so there's that.
Yeah. Well, I suppose Cassandra made sure of that one, huh?
Boys.
No, I'm pretty sure that was you.
Boys.
I was the one who stabbed angels and gods.
No, everyone's the one who looted them.
No, you were just the ones who looted their corpses on the battlefield and put
Yeah.
down any of the survivors. As I said, you've got a lot to make up for.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
Memory a little fuzzy there.
You try going through the fucking abyss and see if you could keep your mind intact.
Okay, you've got me there.
Alright, so
Alright. First things first, we're going to have to figure out which deity you may or may not be associated with, and then we can build out from there.
that sounds great to me.
Bless
Yeah.
you.
Bless you.
So, after that, Grix arrives at Pyra's door, knocking on it. There is smoke coming out from under the door.
It fucking like creaks open and she just leans out barely. What? Oh.
Hey, how you doing, hot
Her
shot?
eyes are like eye level and then she's like, what? Oh.
Heard you're having a shitty day.
The shittiest. What do you need?
I just thought I'd walk by to inform you that your friend Jackal's probably still alive.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I don't know if they're working for the Drow on purpose or not, though. I guess they were kidnapped. Probably ain't got no choice.
If If I had to guess, that would be mine. And she takes like a fucking long ass drag off of a pipe.
You remember the Arcanophage?
Yeah,
They're working on it.
that tracks. Jackal knew the most about it.
I have a bit more information, though. In the next couple of hours, I should be meeting with one more of my informants, assuming they're on time. I should know where they are by then.
Exactly.
Roughly speaking.
Well, I suppose that is good news.
I got one more thing for you. He pulls an envelope out of the messenger bag and hands it to you. It's sealed with wax. It is sealed with the family crest of the royal family of Shianor.
Oh boy.
It keeps getting better and better.
Oh.
Who gave this to you? Just a messenger?
I have a message for you.
Don't know if you've noticed, but today I've been the messenger.
Thanks, Rex.
Yeah, I went and did a lot of walking and talking and learning and reading. I had time while y'all were gone. Sure, Kadra and both y'all weren't too happy about it, but what was I gonna do sitting around here? Put my crossbow up on the ramparts and hope that I pegged a couple of dudes?
The work done from the shadows is never the most appreciated.
No, it isn't. And what they don't understand, because they're losing, is that we aren't gonna win this with what we've got. There's no amount of willpower that's going to overcome the difference in strength in numbers. We've got too many greenhorns out there, too many wounded, no healers. It's bad. You're it. You're our trump card. I mean, not you specifically, but the 5 of you.
Right.
So, I need you to get your affairs in order. Maybe hold on to that letter for a while. Or don't. I mean, it's up to you.
Or don't. I'm not a cop.
Or don't.
Of all days.
Kiddos, you want to sell me some
Chris,
I'm not
have you got anything stronger than tobacco? This is all Taste would give me.
I mean, what are you looking for?
Cocaine. Cocaine. Skooma.
Something to take the edge off.
This episode, Pyra does drugs.
Drugs.
Yeah,
Like a rebellious teenager.
he,
Opium pipe.
about 20 minutes later, he returns with like a thick resin in a small bottle and says, smoke that.
Thanks, Rex.
Boys.
Boys. Is there anything else?
Don't die.
Doing my best. When we bring Jackal back, hopefully things will get easier on our end.
Doing my best too.
Thanks, Rex.
Pulling on our heartstrings, bastard. We know you know more than you let on.
When he leaves my room, like to go meet with his liaison, I want to go invisible and then I want to follow him.
Sure.
But I'm gonna use actually, greater invisibility doesn't affect the duration, it just affects what breaks the effects of the invisibility, I think, right?
I don't know off the top of my head, I'm sorry.
I don't think it does. I'll check the spell really quick and make sure. Yeah, it's the same duration. Okay, I'll just use the ring then.
I'm sorry, we got a lot going on, like, on the side in this game.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, you're fine.
It's fine.
We've had a lot, like, if
you,
this...
You Gucci.
We've had a lot of setup in the last couple of sessions.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll stealth to follow Grix, because I know I need to do that.
for stuff that's gonna pay off in rapid succession.
How'd you do?
Okay.
What? I
Uh,
forgot.
what is stealth bonus? A 20?
Yeah.
47.
I forgot. I forgot that.
He literally can't roll to see you.
Well,
A 20 wouldn't win.
that sounds like his problem.
I forgot.
Now we know his perception's under 20.
I forgot Paladins had a spell that could summon hippos.
Druids.
Yeah.
So I follow him successfully then. I'm able to tail him to his ship. Fucking god!
What?
Answers you're getting?
I don't like this letter, Amy. I don't.
It's not good.
I don't like this letter, Amy.
Remember that it was given to you by Grix, so take it with a grain of salt.
Have you
Like-
been
like-
sentenced to death?
Sorry, I've got one more thing I gotta tell you.
Like
It is also sealed with wax in the symbol of Ashianor's nobles.
he's
That's not a thing that gets around lightly.
I mean, he's Grix. He probably forged it somehow. He's a motherfucker.
Nah.
I don't like
I'm
this.
just saying, like, it's entirely possible. I don't think it's easy. I don't think it's entirely.
It's also extremely unlikely, though, that he would go to those lengths just to trick Pyra into something that probably is going to end up being minor, relatively speaking.
Like, hey,
Yeah, her
But he
sentence
works
to
with
death
the
at
drow.
home is probably minor, that too.
Well, that's what that is, then.
another execution!
She fucking burned down Asianor's archives.
I started a war! Woo!
I don't like this letter.
This letter smug aura mocks
Okay,
me.
so
I
you
do not
follow,
like this letter, Charlie.
you follow
What?
Grix around for quite a while. He goes around the keep, he eats some, he talks to a couple of people, and then he starts looking over his shoulder and leaves the keep. He goes a few miles out on the keep into the snow and sits himself by this tree with particularly gnarled knots that, sorry, on one side has been like marked up notably. It's a pine tree, but it looks like you wouldn't notice this unless you were suspicious of someone like Grix.
Right.
It has had branches cut off of it in a way that is like, it's a landmark, basically. And he sits there in the snow for a while, sits down, leans up against the tree. After about 30 more minutes, another goblin appears, talking to him. Hey, boss, how you doing? I'm fine. How are you? Do you have the map I asked for? Yeah, it's getting really a lot harder to get them to trust us. Well, why not? We handed over the wizard and we handed over the sorcerer. What more do they want from us? Well, they're beginning to question your loyalty. I'd rather they didn't. What do they want? They don't have the materials to keep producing the stones using the recipe you gave them. Well, what am I supposed to do? Just materialize more useful information? Look, until I can steal something more useful from the alchemist, I don't have anything else to give. I gave them everything I could give. I gave them a sorcerer, and I gave them the wizard. They're gonna have to shove it up their asses, because that's all I've got to give.
What was that? Must be my imagination.
Must have been the wind.
Must have been the wind.
Things are complicated, though. With people inside the keep dying more regularly, I'm starting to think we have more pressing concerns, more agents amongst our midst, and that is going to be a prolonged problem,
because it is going to be a lot harder to verify my loyalty if they have more eyes in the walls.
He was a double agent the whole time!
There aren't many more sides I can play in this. I just want to be on the winning side. Right now, both sides, I'm losing. I'm losing the trust of one, and the other one's losing hard. Anyways, here's the map he asked for. He takes the map and opens it up. If you look over his shoulder, there is a mine near the Great Caldera. There's an entrance here. There's probably a route to take it from the underground, but if you take it here, he basically explains, like, go there, there's a route under the ground, and then he hands him another map. If you follow this route, it'll get you to a compound where they're keeping a lot of important, like, prisoners. There's one more thing you should know. What's that? I have reason to believe that they're starting to work with the Ifrit. Great. Looks like we know who the winning side's gonna be then. Thanks for the help. And then after his friend departs, he sits there for another 10 minutes, puts the maps in his bag, and walks back to the keep.
What are our surroundings like?
You are in an empty, open field, nowhere near another person for miles.
It is at nighttime, though, isn't it?
I mean, it's late, yeah, but I mean, there's embers and fires about.
So, Grix.
Hey, how you doing, kid?
Hey, like,
Swinging for both teams. Not a bad strategy.
Yeah, you caught me red-handed, and
Because he's red.
yeah, goblins are red. So look,
Don't say that I'm not going to be the one to turn you in. We're going to need some underhanded tactics if we're winning this war.
you aren't.
That's the problem. We're not. And if the Ifrit are getting involved... Fuck me. You're a studious man. I don't doubt you're aware of my status at home. I have very little sway there. I don't doubt once I return home that things are going to get more complicated.
Yeah, they might. You might be in rough shape.
I'm working on several solutions at the moment. So is Cassandra, so is Cora.
You know,
Where
I
do
like you. I don't much care for the priest.
Well, he makes it hard sometimes.
Really, I don't much care for the rest of them at all.
ouch.
I think you and I have a similar mindset, Grix.
You and I can be on the winning side.
I will be on the winning side.
I mean, that's cool and all. I get it. That's good edge on that one, Chief. But what I mean is, we both give information. Oh no. Oh shit. We can't both be on the same winning side. At least not if we team up with the Drow and the Ifrit. Because the Drow will know I lied to him.
I will be on the winning side, Grix. I've got some ideas. I'd like to see to that doppelganger of mine.
She's not bright.
she's supposed to be a copy of me, isn't she?
That's the thing, though. If you think you're impulsive, she's worse. See, I had time to study and learn and take the information that I needed so that I could give a more accurate description that would notably exclude you. The magic's different than yours. At a time, it might have been more potent. I don't know that it is anymore. But it was significantly less controlled. She's burning herself up, which is no small feat as an Ifrit.
She's
So,
waltzing around with power that she can't handle. Power that belongs to me.
who it belongs to is none of my concern. What I don't know is where it comes from. See, that's the part I've done a lot of looking into. I've sent scouts, I've tried to find information. I got nothing. She looks just like you, acts a lot like you do. Slightly more impulsive.
I have an idea as to where she came from. I have no living relatives aside from my mother and my father, so it's not a long-lost sibling. But I don't doubt. I have my hunches. A vial of Ifrit blood can go a long way when you've got a willing or unwilling test subject.
Well, either way, why aren't you going to turn me in? There's another thing I don't understand.
Because I need you to keep doing what you're doing. We need a double agent.
You realize that when things look bad, I'm just going to give up, right?
That's your choice to make. I'm not making choices for you. I know that Cassandra saw you as a great friend. She still does. The fact that she thinks you're working against us is a real weight on her.
I've got a life to live, which means I have to be alive to live it. I managed to find a way out of rags into relative riches, comparatively speaking. I got myself out of the scar. I've got myself into the eyesight of a couple of nobles. I'm just playing the game, kid.
Aren't we all? I'd watch your back, Grix. I believe the Drow are beginning to suspect that the sorcerer they have isn't the one they wanted. We had a run-in with them in Arkbridge.
Well, first they'll have to figure out which goblin to kill, so they've got quite a few friends of mine to kill before me. Grix ain't my name, kid.
They're quick to pull the trigger. You gotta have a fake name when you play the game, Grix. Pyro's not my real name either.
See, everyone who works under me, well, all the goblins anyway, Grix is just a title.
It's like the fucking Grey Fox.
And they've all got it. So, they're gonna have to find every Grix and kill every one of them. I mean, in an ideal world, it would be all of them and then me. But
It'll at least be some of them before you, statistically speaking.
right. So that's what I'm hedging my bets on.
I
I've
just
got a nest egg sitting somewhere. The drow paid me a pretty penny for your head. So
I'm worth a lot.
You are. You are. You have very powerful magics at your disposal, which means you are ripe to be harvested for uses. As to what they are, I don't know. But
We know someone who might.
when all of this blows over, I guess almost regardless of what side I'm on, I'm gonna go and take that gold and post up in some cabin or cave somewhere and mind my own business until I'm dead. But until then, I am caught up in this fucking mess. I gotta tell you, as much as I like you, how bad I wish you were dead right now. You have just made my life a lot more complicated. But I'll see you around.
Take it easy. assuming they return to the keep like separately.
Yeah.
When she does get back to the keep, the first thing she does is lighting up whatever fucking resin he gave her. And the second thing is she's gonna start writing a letter. And I'll send you what she writes.
All right.
Flashlight.
And make a fortitude save.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Actually, what type of like magical communications are there? Because I know message is like 25 words or less. Is there anything better than message?
There's like message, sending, telepathic bond.
There's a spell that lets you send messages through dreams.
This is gonna be good.
Oh, that's a storage.
21.
Which one do you want?
Yeah, that'll do.
Oh.
You don't go unconscious, but you do begin to like vaguely hallucinate.
Oh fuck.
Sending, a 5th level wizard and 4th level cleric spell, lets you send 25 words to anyone who is on the same plane of existence as you that you know. Actually, no, they don't have to know you.
Oh.
A creature with an intelligence score as low as 1 can understand the sending, though the subject ability to react is limited as normal by its intelligence.
That's not exactly what I want.
You give me the cup.
Is this better?
Get a
Oh,
big one.
this is like in the fucking. You're actually examining the witness in this one. This song.
Grix! You lying son of a bitch!
Fucking bitch. Didn't even care about me. I saved his goddamn life. Of course, that's not what he cares about.
I mean, that's understandable though.
Yeah,
I mean, how much truth does Grix tell ever?
that's true.
Maybe he's just lying to Pyra too.
That's true.
You know, right?
Where do his loyalties lie? That's the crux of Grix's gentle finger.
His loyalties seem to lie, from what he said, the side that won't get him killed.
Which is completely fair.
Alright. Then hit the 8 button. Yeah. Alright.
The noise it makes is awful.
It's not a great noise.
I'm sorry if things are still on me. Focus can shift.
No, I know.
I'm fucking writing up the letter that Pyra is sending, and Pyra's hallucinating. Is there anything specific she hallucinates, or is that up to me?
No, it's just
She's
like
just fucking tripping.
yeah,
Okay.
you're just out here tripping, son.
Is that all it gave you?
This is a very large cup, Haley.
My mom, you normally hits like a large cup and then a medium cup on that thing.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, I
One
guess
medium cup, so
pop it, and then go again.
yeah, fuck it.
But let's switch perspective to Cora. What does Cora do?
You're welcome. So, Cora has been this whole time just like looking over this whole thing. Just use another another canister if it doesn't like that one.
Yeah.
Okay. But
If you just open and close
there
it
you go.
again, it'll assume it's a new can.
so she's been looking over this scene the whole time, and then she's been prepping some spells because she feels a great deal of personal responsibility right now, and she says, "All right, Eliana, tell me what you know." She casts Speak with Dead. That does not require a soul.
Speak with Dead. Let me read this description.
This is way more beat.
I cast Speak with Dead. Oh, hey, my basic witch. You washed that out before you put anything in it, right?
It's been washed.
Oh, okay. Because, like, I know that the last I had it, it had been sitting on the shelf for, like, months.
Yeah.
I know the letter does not send right away, obviously, but whenever in game they receive it, that's what it says.
Alright. So do you cast this like, because it's.
Are we
well,
keeping with this music?
I mean, what else is there? I mean, I could go back to suspense.
I mean, it could
Here, I got
also
something.
just be fantasy
Just
ambiance.
tell me the name of it.
It's called Betrayal.
From fucking Silent Hill 2.
No. It's
Oh,
like
oh.
look at
Silent Hill
Betrayal
2.
Dark Piano.
I was about to say.
Like fucking
I was
Christ.
gonna say, holy shit.
Here, let me look.
We're using the reprise of Promise in here.
Sad piano music.
Hold on.
We're using Moonlight Sonata.
No, but
Betrayal, Dark Piano.
yeah.
Let's try that again.
As I'm.
I wish I didn't have to burn a 5th level
Is it from
spell
Dark
slot to
Souls?
know Sending. I have to burn a 5th level spell known as a sorcerer to learn fucking
I said
Sending.
Age of spell knowledge, that shit.
Fucking tragic as hell,
Alright,
man.
well, what do you ask her? You can ask, looks like 6 questions.
Hello, Eliana. Let's start with the most pressing one. Who killed you?
I'm unsure.
What drew you into this room, then?
Someone with Pyra's voice.
How did you die? Did you see anything? Did you see anything? I know your throat was cut. I can see that plainly. But the dagger. But what was the method? Did the weapon look special?
I didn't see the dagger. I was cut across the neck and bled out shortly thereafterwards.
Got 3 questions left.
Did they say anything as you died?
They said they were sorry.
He was part of the whole time we were traveling with the doppelganger.
Hang on just a sec. Only what it knew during life. Okay, one last question.
Wait, you have 2 more.
I know. I'm just. There's the last one is. I already know what I'm gonna say. Okay. We've got the why. Well, we don't have the why, but we have mostly the who.
Most is the who that we can get.
Yeah. What did you feel as you died? Did you feel as though you were being drawn somewhere?
Yes.
She would not know where. Okay, Cora has just her her fingers in front of her mouth, looking down at Eliana's corpse as she speaks. And she sighs and just... One last thing, even though I know your spirit can't hear me. Maybe after I bring you back, some semblance of this conversation will be in your mind. But you ought to know this. Pyra cared very deeply for you, and your death broke her.
It's not a question, so they can't respond.
You know that, right?
You know that, right?
I doubt that highly.
And with that, she goes limp.
Fuck.
And she casts prestidigitation on the blood that has been splattered, has been spattered across like her body and the floor.
You gross.
And like, as it just kind of sizzles away, she folds her arms into a more of a ceremonial like.
Before you do that, where is the blood splatter on the wall?
Yes.
Where is that?
Where is that,
which
actually?
wall would that be on? Is it like the farthest one, up opposite the door, left, or right wall?
Or is it just all over the floor?
All of it. There. Can I ask for what purpose you asked the question? Like, because I had never imagined what wall it was on, just that it had splattered on the wall. And I want to know, as the dungeon master, what answer to give you to be useful.
To see if the person that was in the room was hiding somewhere and came out and then killed her, or just like they were in front of them, grabbed them, turned them around, and like slit their throat, and the blood splattered on like the door or something. It really, like, I want to know if it like.
It looks like as they were cut, they were turned around, and it covers about 120 degrees of the room.
God. All right.
So like.
Yeah.
So she walked in, someone came behind her, and then just.
Pretty much.
Okay.
She died horribly. But quick. And she folds her arms into more of a, like, just a resting position. And if there's a bed or a platform or anything in this room, she casts, like, she puts her on there and casts gentle repose.
She's
With,
not,
with an extended rod.
she's not gonna rot.
That's good.
It means that I can still, if we're quick, maybe I can help. And with that, she'll leave the room after burning, like burning with, like just carving with a knife, like no entry.
All right.
Like no entry order, like by order of the master of the keep.
Okay, yeah, you see it.
All right, and with that, she's gonna go try to find Pyra, but I'm guessing Pyra is talking to Grix right now.
Based on the timeline of the, like, when did you do this?
I did it after about 30 minutes of being alone in the room.
I don't know that she would have been following Grix by that time, if my understanding of how this played out is correct. She would still be in her room with the fucking pipe smoking.
Alright. She just puts her hand on the door and just, Pyra, if you can hear me, you don't need to come out. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. Sorry for everything.
It's not your fault. It's mine. If I had gotten here faster, I could have saved her.
Ifs and maybes are not something to torture yourself with.
Is that all you came by to tell me? That nothing's wrong?
No, not that nothing's wrong. I know more of what might have happened to her, but I won't impress those details upon you now.
Do you know who did it?
Someone with your voice. Maybe. That's what got her attention.
Someone like a fucking doppelganger?
There's one last thing. The person with your voice said that she was sorry as she died.
Well, that's fucking rich.
Look. There's a reason I wanted to spare you the details. But I just wanted you to know because I figured the information was important.
I'm
Thank
surprised
you,
you ain't
Cora.
coughing after that fucking rip. God damn.
Oh fucking Christ!
Thank you, Cora.
Getting cotton mouth with that shit. Fuck.
Pull.
One pull. One pull.
Howdy, bitch.
Done with it. Done with it.
Is there anything else?
No. Take care of yourself.
There it is.
There it is.
Pyra, I just want you to know we need you, and you're my friend.
You're my friend too, Cora.
And she just like kind of, like she had her hand on the door that whole conversation, and she just, and then walks away.
I love you, Miles. You don't have to say it back, though.
Howdy, bitch.
Howdy, bitch.
And she sees her room, and one last thing. And she's gonna go and find Void Wraith and Galandrius.
You find them in
Are
their
there
human forms.
What does I know what Void Wraith looks like. He looks like a very angry elf, doesn't he? If I remember correctly.
I thought he was a drow-looking guy.
Yeah. I mean, they can assume whatever form the dungeon master chooses because they forget what they looked like the first time.
That's true. What does Galandrius look like, out of curiosity?
Galandrius, I actually do remember originally being a high elf who was in relatively good spirits. And at present, they are a high elf in relatively bad spirits.
Yeah.
The yin and the yang.
The
So
yin and the yang.
Yin and yang. Pardon.
I understand that I have you two to thank for the fact that this keep still stands. You and Tace, and all of the soldiers here. But I see you have bled much for this.
Galandria speaks up. I do it because it is the right thing to do. You oppose a man who would bring into the world the anathema of all metallic dragons.
And you, Ravix. I must say,
I'm no friend at all. I want to make very clear.
I know you're doing this simply because if there wasn't a keep to come back to, the thing that you wanted from me ceases to be on the table for you.
I'm glad we understand that.
I appreciate your dedication to our deal, I guess.
But nevertheless, thank you for saving the life of my friends.
You're welcome.
And she with all of the healers dead, a lot of you've probably been in no doubt shit for a long time, but now that I'm here, I can make somewhat of a difference. And she sets her hand on Ravix's shoulder, and she's gonna cast heal, and he regains 110 hit points.
Who?
Ravix first.
Listen, you gotta
Void Wraith.
expedite this. There's a mostly or entirely naked Graceland waiting for you.
I have
Yeah.
things that I want
I
to do.
didn't know that I was gonna hear that from Tyler today.
Just saying.
Yeah, I know.
Cora needs what Cora needs.
That's
Oh.
true. That's
Well,
true.
right now I need to make sure that the people who have been,
They can wait.
I mean, she'll be there. And not that I don't want to go see her, but I have things that need to be taken care of first.
Don't worry. She'll be there.
Ravix is noticeably more healthy afterwards. It has been difficult since the priests died, but I suppose we have one again.
For now, I'll probably be leaving within the next day, but when I return,
Well, we've got this pussy boy over here.
probably within the next 5, this war will end, and it will end quickly.
Choir boy.
All the lines.
Never
is-
escape it.
He calls himself choir boy.
And then she is going to set her hand on Galandrius, and if anyone is in the yard, any of you, whenever Cora channels just pure clerical energy, it's always been this horrible green lightning, but it's different now. It's this healing, calming mist. As she channels positive energy, because she can do that now.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And I'm going to sacrifice all of my prepared spell slots to heal up Galandrius.
So you're basically having Faradism here. Like, okay, you get a little bit of healing, but this guy,
This guy, though.
this guy's the cool one.
Well, heal the spell probably heals as much as all of the rest of her healing spells.
Yeah,
Just the spell heal is fucking meaty.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a chunky spell.
It's a 7th level spell.
Oh.
It's a 6th level spell, actually.
That's still pretty high up there.
When this is
Yeah.
just an aside, but when I told Amy that Pyro was acquiring smokes, she said, "Man, imagine being like a fucking 7th level wizard and dying from cancer. fucking lung cancer takes you out."
Like, the thought crossed my mind. but I
That's
was
the
like,
biggest we take those. We take those.
Oh wow, heal so many. I need to prepare this every day.
Heal is fucking meaty, dude.
Wait, what is it?
It also prepares ability damage, blinded, confused, dazed, dazzled, deafened, diseased, exhausted, fatigued, feeble-minded.
So if they have smooth brain, you can make them not smooth brain.
Yeah.
If Pyro incinerates someone's mind with feeble mind, fucking Korra can just be like, "Hey, it's alright, champ."
That's alright, man.
They give them a nice back rub, and then he's like, "Oh, that feels. Oh man, that feels so much better."
Yeah. Insanity, nausea, poison, sickness, and stunning.
Man, you should have used heal on Galahad.
What level
Heal
spell
blinded.
is that?
6th.
I can't do that.
I just learned how to do
I
this.
can't fucking believe sending is a 5th level spell. This game sucks.
It's really good to be able to send a message to someone anywhere on the planet.
Yeah.
Actually, anywhere on the plane would technically mean it's anywhere in the universe.
That's true.
That's true.
This fucking.
Unless space gets all weird.
Is there any way you can make a page of spell knowledge for me that has that in it
Yeah.
to do it?
Yeah, I'm about to go though, and the thing I'm making first. I'm sorry, guys. Just spoiler alert. I'm making a fucking candle.
What?
I'm giving my child their wings back.
Oh, candle, yeah.
I mean, Droll could do that next level.
I can do it now.
True.
Wait, you can cast regenerate?
Paladin Mercy.
Paladin Mercy, lay on hands. I can have people regrow limbs.
Yeah,
You can
Siri.
give them theirs back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I could give Galahad his eyes back.
Don't do that.
I mean, well, the eye thing helps him see the threads of time better.
But also it sucks real hard.
He seems to be getting along just fine.
How much?
He's had no choice.
You had no
Oh.
choice.
Semantics.
Yeah. But
How much would it cost for a page of spell knowledge again?
Depends
I
on
forget
the
how they're.
Spell level, I'll tell you in a second.
It's 1,000 per level, I think, right?
Oh.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, well, fuck.
Because they get, I believe they scale geometrically.
Anyways, continue.
But yeah, all of that stuff gets cast. How is Galandrius looking now?
He looking pretty beefy.
He look beef.
As this mist settles over him.
5th level page of spell knowledge is 25,000 gold pieces.
Holy shit!
Yeah. No, that's not happening, Chief.
Oh, it appears to be 1,000. It's the spell level squared times 1,000.
That's cool. That's a really fun thing.
I'm sorry. I just realized that.
You didn't write the fucking system.
Like,
Sponsored by Paizo.
so 5 times 5 being 25, then times 1,000 is 25,000 gold. 6
Fucking
times 6
yikes.
is 36,000 gold.
Holy shit. I mean, we have 25,000 gold.
I mean, it's basically the thing that lets sorcerers add more spells to their repertoire, so it makes sense that it's so expensive.
Right.
Yeah, you got it there.
Oh wait, that's to buy them. So to craft them would be half that.
Oh, okay.
So it would be.
So that's a little more.
What, 13,000?
That'd be 20, 12.
12,500.
12.5, yeah.
That's 1.5. Yeah.
My
And
plans are great, my chest is huge.
My plans are great, my meat is huge.
My plans are great, my gun is huge.
My plans are great and my meat is huge.
What kind of meat, Caster?
I hate
Yes.
this game.
Anyways, so how is Galandrius looking now?
Healthy, spry.
Chipper. Bushy-tailed. He's a dragon, it's concerning.
Before I leave tomorrow, I'll make sure that the two of you are feeling in top condition. You've shed much blood for this keep, and you should be taken care of. And Ravex, I have a lesson for you.
Is this like a metaphorical thing, or do you have something actually for me?
No, something actually for you. And at your earliest convenience. And
Now.
now, okay then.
Give it to me now. She's like frothing at the mouth.
Tell me.
We must find the plan. Take a look at Sauron's tilted ass.
I
And
hate
she'll
this. I hate this game.
gesture for him to follow.
He does.
He's gonna follow you into your room.
No. She'll like just find like an empty room if Ravix has
Pretty
been
sure there's
using.
a study in the keep.
Yeah, we'll just go to the study, and I'm going to I just want to spend the next like 2 hours or something just. I'm just trying to impart more chronomancy onto him. I want to make good on on my promise to him.
Sure, roll Arcana.
Gotcha. Let me just.
A dragon that can time stop is a scary thought.
I mean, I'm pretty sure any maximum level dragon knows time stop. I know time dragons specifically do.
Well, I would hope so.
I'd hope.
Well, time dragons have an ability to actually fucking time travel.
Yeah, they do. They can travel to any point they want in time, like 3 times in their life.
Can they also like travel between fucking universes? And
Yeah, they
things
can do
and
that. They can also fly in space.
Holy
Yep, they don't
shit.
need to breathe.
If it's actually funny. Anyone who's riding on an outer dragon, is protected from the vacuum of space.
That's cool.
Yeah, Great
So-
Worm Red Dragons can cast Time Stop, Weird, Prismatic Wall, Limited Wish, Mass Hold Person, Spell Turning, Anti-Magic Field.
How are you guys feeling about fighting a Shardalon?
Lots of good stuff.
Shardalon has a max level.
Not good. I mean, bullet, but
Is he
he's a
great
dragon,
one?
so fortitude saves are pretty high.
He old.
Okay.
He's an ancient dragon from what I've heard.
I believe a Shardalon is an ancient red dragon.
But
It's not colossal.
it's 30 on that Arcana roll, by the way.
You managed to successfully teach the boy some spellmans,
As
some magic arenas.
as she's wrapping up the lesson, she says, I know there's a lot of math here, and it's a lot to think about, but I'm sure you'll get it. And if you don't care, but you're now my
No.
only student.
Go ahead. Sentimentality is not entirely lost on me. Proceed.
You're now my only student. If you're wondering as where you put it, the wormling has gone. We did manage to rescue them, but they're spending some extended time somewhere safe, and they're pursuing their own studies. So, as I'm sure you'll be happy to hear, once this war is over, I have plans to execute, but one of them is that I will be making good on my promise in full. I'll teach you what I know.
Yeah, I should hope so.
That was the agreement, was it fucking not?
I'll teach you some more.
I mean, he's an evil dude. He probably understands people betray each other all the fucking time. So to have someone that
What makes you say he's evil?
he's blue.
I mean, okay,
He's a chromatic dragon.
that doesn't, just because of how someone is born doesn't mean they're evil. I mean, literally, I know the alignment exists, but
Yeah. Fucking boy up there, evil.
Boy, evil.
He's up there. He's evil.
He.
And then there's Galandrius too. He cool.
He
I'm just gonna take a
he
10
neat.
real quick. The enemy cannot take a 10D if you disable his hand.
I just wanted to thank you again. Really, you've done a good thing.
For selfish reasons.
I know it's for personal reasons notwithstanding. I just hope you think about that.
I'm going to be honest. I'm not entirely sure what compels me to want to do these things. I could have died, and it definitely wouldn't have been worth it to learn a bit of magic. And I need to think on that.
Take some time. Consider what I taught you. It takes a little. It can take a while to sink in.
You were gonna say it takes some time to sink in. Nice pun. In the meantime, is that encounter done?
Yeah, and then she'll go to Graceland's room.
Oh,
or rather, she'll go to my room.
Welcome home, honey.
Before you
Welcome
do
home.
that, Cass is gonna find you. Like, say you're about to walk in, Cass finds you. Oh, hey, have fun. Here's your sword back. Go get him, champ. And just
Go get him, champ!
and then like slaps you on your shoulder.
What are you, a dad?
Are you winning, son?
Cassandra, I'm going to ask you something.
Yes.
Please don't ever do that again.
Sure. And then she walks away.
You got it.
She goes to Pyro's room now.
How
And-
much later is this? Is this like nighttime now?
Yeah, this is like nighttime
Okay.
after everything.
Just
is
making
up.
sure I know what head state Pyra is in right now.
Knock knock.
Laid.
Are you okay?
Cass. Cass. Yeah.
Cass, I've learned something.
Cass!
stupendous. How are you feeling?
Here's the thing:
Ooh,
is it a
have-
stimulant or a depressant?
It's something to take the edge off. It's a depressant.
It's a
She did not
psychoactive
need
depressant.
a depressant tattoo.
I mean, weed and opium are depressants.
I don't think this is weed, man.
I don't think it's weed, man. No
Luigi! This isn't weed!
Considering how you just said it's a psychoactive drug, it's probably more than terms of shrooms or acid.
Just
It's like, yes, it is me. I have come to return your blade back.
You.
Please do not cut yourself with it. It is quite sharp.
Yes. Anything else?
Before you yank it out of her hand, she's just like, easy. You almost could have cut
She
my...
took it by the handle.
Okay.
I was about to say, yeah, sure. Grabs it by the blade, cuts herself immediately.
Anything else?
No, I just wanted to bring it back.
Get me one of the pages.
Paige! Come here! Come here. Wait, he's coming. He's coming.
he sounded upset.
It's Paige.
Is that Reaver?
What was that?
How many hands am I holding up?
Are you asking me or her?
10.
Close enough.
She's on some sort of psychoactive drug.
What
You.
do you...
You. I need you. She like grabs the letter off of her desk that has been like hastily stamped with that insignia, but it's like kind of off target and it's not sealing the envelope quite right.
There's like 3 stamps on it.
I need you to deliver this for me to whatever post will see it to its destination.
Okay.
Thank you.
Where did you get what you have?
That's the sound
Do you
of
have
all of
any
them
more?
shifting.
Who?
You gave this to me.
The thing that is in that, gesturing towards the pipe wherever it is.
Oh! That was the goblin.
I'm assuming
That's the most ominous fucking thing ever. Yeah, that was
the goblin.
Next time anything strange or shitty happens, I'm just gonna say it was the goblin.
It's just like, you know, this is actually gonna be canon what she says. You know, considering how we're in a fantasy setting, that's believable, but if we weren't, that would be very,
when we are.
that would be very odd if we were in some sort of modern setting where they don't exist. But
Who the
yeah,
fuck do you
But
think
no.
I
is
love the
Deadpool?
implication that if you just go back far enough, goblins are real in our world. Like, both of you said when. Like, as if just the procession from 1150 to 2019, somewhere along the line, goblins went extinct.
I want to
Common
know
ancestors.
something about Pyra's appearance here. She, like, you can see, like, the quill on her desk and stuff from, like, when she was writing and stuff. You can see that she had taken her glove off and hastily put it back on because it is inside out and the thumb is over here. So she's got 4 fingers right here.
She's got 2 fingers in the fucking pinky hole.
Do you have any more that I can have of that?
This?
Yes.
Yes.
May I have some?
Yes. Right, yes. She fucking sets the dagger on the desk and hands her, like, the little jar with, there's probably, like, fucking, not much of it gone. She's, what, like, fucking 2 in? I don't know.
2 in.
2 deep!
However many
This.
pulls it took for you to get there.
This
How
is
many
what it is.
rips?
Son of a bitch, this glove sucks.
You have it on backwards.
Fuck! I do.
Yeah,
This is what it is.
May I? Thank you. Thank you.
Do
She'd
you
like to-
smokes is it?
we'll get to that, but just
Later.
Later.
She's in the middle
I
of
am-
fucking warring with this glove right
I'm
now.
going to study this, see if I can replicate it any. You have a good night, but it seems you already are there. So, goodbye, and she pushes you inside and closes the door.
Goodbye.
Go.
Yeah.
Do you touch the stuff inside of the pipe?
I don't touch it. I'm holding the vial that Grix gave her. That's in like the little thing. She gives it like a.
You die!
Oh no!
Dang it! You should have known!
Damn it!
Don't
And
trust
now I
Grix!
gotta spend a diamond on you.
Fuck, man.
Don't trust Grix's!
It was a freed only drugs.
Yeah, if read only. You fucking idiot. Yeah, she gives it a whiff. I assume it smells some sort of smell, and it's just like, oh.
Smelly smell.
It's like
What?
a mustard gas got turned into a paste.
It smells.
Oh god! Motherfucker!
A
Yeah.
smelly smell that smells.
Christ.
You wanna know what the best part is?
What?
I didn't ask Grix at all what it was when it
No,
was
you
given
just,
to me.
you just took it.
I also didn't message Amy about what it was when I was like, alright, here we go. I was just like, I made it back, I'm writing my letter. Alright. You took the peepo.
NASA people.
NASA peepo.
What the fuck?
NASA
Do you not know about NASA people?
You don't know that?
I know.
about Nanoland?
I know about NASA, but not NASA people.
I'm
Oh!
showing you NASA people.
We'll show him later. We have an hour of game. Yeah.
So Pyra's currently smoking
NASA people.
Pyra's currently smoking peepo. That's what Pyra's smoking. She's smoking peepo.
You took the people. Oh, Master! You took the
Matt, we managed to make Matt feel lost. And Matt never knows where he is.
But yeah, Matt, you go ahead and like shove Pyra back into her room. You smell her breath, which has this fucking resin shit on
Thank
it,
you.
and you're just like, oh, fuck. It's been 0 days
That was
since
a
a flashlight
flashlight.
was dropped in this household.
What do you need a flashlight for?
I was looking for a die
A
that
die
fell.
was
Die that fell.
NASA people. I forgot about it.
Yeah, Pyra's smoking peepo.
Yeah.
It's Peepo. That's the name of the drug now. It's canon. I make the rules now, actually.
So,
Pyra stumbles back and like falls back onto her bed, but the pipe is like on her fucking like bedside table, so she's like, ha! There you are.
Give me more!
Oh.
I must imbibe in the people!
There was one more thing that I wanted to say to you specifically before Cora went into her room.
okay, sure.
You leave and Pyra's just fucking coughing.
She says, oh, I looked at Boltjaw's wound. It's it doesn't respond well to magic at all. In fact, it will kill him. It'll make his wound worse. The only thing that can save him right now is you and your alchemy.
Oh, lovely.
So get to it.
You were at the scene of the crime. Did you find anything more?
Pyra's doppelganger probably killed her.
Isn't she being held prisoner?
So I thought she heard a voice, sounded like Pyra's called out to her, lured her into that room. Then someone, she did not see who, grabbed her and slit her throat. This much, that much you knew, but the voice called out to her, as I said, and she also heard in Pyra's voice, she apologized. She said that she was sorry as Eliana died.
My throat actually hurts now.
Perhaps
the doppelganger make apologize?
The doppelganger.
Perhaps there's some sort of measure of shared sentimentality.
I mean, there was the night that the doppelganger spent with Eliana.
Hey,
That is true,
That is
but
true.
I mean, one.
I don't know that.
A lady of the night can do many things in that one night.
Well, yeah,
That's
but
true.
I mean, if she fell in love with fucking Eliana after one night, she's a fucking idiot.
Well, I mean,
Fucking
she was
Pyra did.
Well, see,
she was
you were
just told.
you were a young idiot.
She was just told that the doppelganger is more impulsive.
None of
Yeah.
you know that yet.
That's true.
Well, yeah, we don't know that, but
And based on what I
You'd be
tell you guys
metagaming.
tomorrow, it might all be a fucking hallucination for what you guys know.
But
Anyway.
perhaps some sort of shared measure of sentimentality. Perhaps she just felt sorrow for killing an innocent person. Though, given her history, that one's probably not accurate.
Yeah, highly unlikely considering she had a bomb and was planning to bomb several innocent people.
True. I don't know. Maybe her time amongst the drow has given her a sense of perspective as to what cruelty does to people.
Perhaps. I will. Thank you. I will go mull this over. Have a good night.
Yes.
And once again,
Don't you dare.
go get him, champ! And then she runs away. While slapping you on the back as she runs.
A magic missile kind of whizzes
Go
past your
give
head.
fucking Graceland Slap City.
Oh my god.
That's what Pyra's smoking.
Slap City!
That's right. It's either Peepo or Slap City. That's the name of that drug.
It's made from peepo, which no one knows what peepo is.
It's a plant somewhere.
It is possibly herbal, grown in a location. Peepo. That's what it is.
It at the very least originates from this plane.
And it is the main ingredient in Slap City. I want to hear Drick say Slap City now. Cass is like, what the fuck did you give her? Ha! We call that one Slap City.
Just chorus size and then
You got
Just
ghosts
hey.
in your blood. You should do cocaine about it.
anyways, but now what?
go get her, champ.
Fucking. I've got more messages to send you now. God damn it.
I assume, with the exception of this side stuff that happens through messages, though, we probably can go to the next day, yeah?
Yes.
Yep.
The next day. Dawn of the next day, Pyra looks like a fucking corpse.
You're pointing at me?
Would you like to have anything happen? Like, do you have a conversation to have with Graceland, or would you like to go to the next day?
There is one thing that I want.
Go
There
get
is
it.
just something that I want to
Go
say to
get it,
her.
Jack.
It's just.
Okay, your door is locked.
Oh.
We're not having that shit happen twice.
We're not having that shit happen twice. Just
Hello?
It's me.
Oh, okay.
Thank the gods.
Hold on.
She
You
has to
hear the door get unlocked, and she's like, "Don't open it, though."
Okay.
And then you hear like her move
Assume-
back.
I fucking hate you.
don't walk in yet. Don't walk. No, not yet.
Okay, you can come in now.
She opens the door.
Okay. Graceland is in your bed.
Mm-hmm.
Your spider is very large.
Is that what we're
Is
calling
that a metaphor?
It's the size of a small dog, this spider.
Small.
Small?
Oh yeah, no, it's the size of a dog.
Can you put that on the fridge?
Fucking frostbite spiders. Oh, dear God.
Here's the noise Reaver makes as they move across the floor.
Fucking spider with flip flops.
Hey! Actually, die!
Cursed. She just looks at her for a moment and just, I have missed you so much.
I thought it was just like, man, I just want to sleep.
Feeling is mutual.
Too much death. Too much death. And she,
You are the worst at pillow talk.
it's nice to finally just be here. You have no idea everything that's happened to me, and I am so happy to see you. And she closes the door
Gotta lock that bitch.
and locks it.
I was about to say.
He like gets the silence and says, "Do not disturb."
Cass walks in and
It's like, oh, one more thing. Ah,
What
Magic
fine-
missile!
Fine craftsmanship.
like just like, oh, hey Weaver, how you doing?
It's a sock on the
Fucking, just I don't know.
Sock
Is
on
he
the
like
door,
a dog?
man.
Is that his temperament? I don't know what his fucking
Haley.
temperament's like.
What is fighting?
Haley's like,
I really love how that is just slowly becoming a euphemism for this group.
I'm gonna buy a sock for
Fine
this door.
craftsmanship.
But, nah, I mean, that's all I, you know.
yeah.
all
Okay.
Fine craftsmanship is involved in this transaction.
Transaction. That's a word for what
Yeah,
happens.
Any WOMs want to participate in a transaction of power?
How do I summon a succubus? I want to fuck a demon. I don't care if it fucking steals my soul or kills me or whatever. I want to fuck a hot demon.
I want to fuck a hot demon.
You have described my disposition.
I know, I called you out so fucking hard when I posted that.
Oh yeah.
Haley was like, Amy just said I've never felt more exposed in my life. that was the closest we've come to the fucking eyebrow raise I talk about all the time. Just the...
I have one memory to bring up. Surprise me!
Oh!
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Never
Oh,
say
okay.
that.
Vale learned things about himself.
I'm
He learned
glad
things about
that
himself.
the next character you play is probably going to be a dwarf.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah,
Oh,
that's all I.
Next morning.
Next morning.
The next morning.
The next day.
What is Caster up to?
After what happened in chat happened, Caster went through going to sleep. He is now in the yard doing his morning ritual in the light of the rising sun.
What is Drolish doing?
Trollish, not being her in her armor today because she went when it was on. It was like, fuck, I don't like this. So she has on just regular clothes. She goes out and kind of joins Caster.
He's just kind of meditating in a small section of the general courtyard, pretty much out of the way of everyone else who is slowly beginning to pick up the work and continue doing things. He usually finishes shortly after about this time anyway, so you're walking up on him roughly towards the end of his morning prayers.
Okay. And she kind of sits down. So, I've seen you do it numerous times, and, what exactly do you do every morning?
It's
Spicy.
It's a ritual. Morning prayers. Effectively remembering what I've learned about what the priests have taught me, offering prayers to safe to guide me, and well, whatever else I feel to ask. Let's put it like this. It's more about the doing it anymore than the actual purpose now that, well, you know.
That's understandable.
Care to join me?
She's fucking dead.
I mean, I've never really tried it before. I've tried it once before, but that was when I was a child. So, sure, I'll give it a shot.
Oh,
Dear-
I don't know how you did it when you were a child, but I'll walk you through it here.
Dear Grimash, I squashed a bug for you today.
I used a magnifying glass and I found an anthill. It was fun.
Went to town.
The unholy judgment of the sun upon those insects.
I conquered that place so fucking hard. You don't even know.
I conquered the playground.
Have you
It
ever
works on the playground.
meditated before?
They have a battleground.
Yeah, that's close
That is
enough.
their playground.
Close
yeah.
enough.
Maybe.
Fucking
Yeah.
jungle gym of bones.
Anyway,
Have you ever meditated before?
I have, but probably very different than what you're talking about.
All right.
My meditation wasn't. Well, there was prayer to it, but it was more focusing on my own rage and working on building the cage around it.
Sit with me, Drollish. You see how I'm sitting. Do that.
All right, and she does that.
Deep breath. In. Out. Clear your mind. The anger? Forget about it. Don't focus on anything.
Forget about it.
Enjoy the morning.
That is significantly easier saying it than doing it, Caster. But I'll try.
Try it this way. Don't focus on what you're thinking. Focus on what's around you. Hear the hammers starting to beat, the footsteps of the working men. Feel the warm sun on your skin. Feel the sweat starting to trickle down your back as the heat begins to rise.
That blacksmith just keep your hammer straight, you son. Hitting the anvil.
Focus.
It's a dumbass working on that fucking forge, apparently.
Forget that. He does not matter.
You're right, he doesn't.
Focus on now. Feel the cool air.
Oh, okay.
Let it fill your lungs. And out.
And you do this every morning.
Every morning. Think of what it is you wish to accomplish with your life. You have so many years ahead of you now. What goals do you have?
Well, not counting my past goals.
The past goals don't matter anymore unless you want them to. You're not who you were. You never will be.
I think that's a good thing.
Only you can determine that now.
I suppose my goal now is just see this through, actually make some kind of difference, and actually kind of do something with my life that doesn't end up failing.
What kind of difference do you wish to see?
A different outcome than I wanted. In the past,
Forget the past. Visualize what you want now. Do you wish to see people happy? Do you wish to see order? Do you want peace? Visualize what your future is now.
I want my future to be one of security, one of happiness, and honestly, probably kind of a long shot with us, but one of simplicity.
A simple life is reasonable.
There was even a time where, honestly, I wanted to open my own blacksmith shop, or help around the family farm.
Blacksmith shop, eh?
Take one bag
Or
of string.
farm.
This is a warning.
Yeah.
Take those thoughts. Take that feeling. Imagine yourself there already. How does it make you feel? With the world at peace, the threats are dealt with. You only have your life, and your farm, and your forge.
I feel like I've actually done something with my life. I feel like I've actually accomplished something rather than just trying and failing. Like another orc woman who's proven to her clan that women were not meant to be warriors. That was why I did what I did. Felt like I had something to prove to the others.
And now, you have nothing to prove to anyone, except what you want to prove to yourself. That you're not who you were, that you don't have to be.
That's gonna take time getting used to.
And in, and out.
Caster, I do have a quick question for you. How do you suppose we go about finding out which god I'm associated with, or kind of, well, took the blood from, I suppose you can say?
There are a number of gods in the Pantheon. It could be a number of them. Any number of them. Our best bet is to figure out which one you resonate with. I'll get some text on the matter and you can study them.
Whoops.
Well, damn it.
Well, fuck, I guess.
Mission failed successfully.
Mission failed successfully.
You've snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
Tell me, Drollish, how do you learn things? Like, how do you prefer to learn things? New information, lore, things like that. Do you read books? Do you prefer to be told things?
I usually go to the wiki.
I actually do.
Wow.
I do read a lot of books, and I do write.
Rati videos are pretty good.
I do write notes. I learn best when something is in front of me, and I can process it that way if it's something in regards to knowledge. Having it told to me, I'm able to kind of think about it in different ways, but it's easier for me to just read.
If you would like, I can see if I can get a hold of some text for you on a number of the gods, their holy books. You can study as you like, see which one resonates with you best, which one you feel drawn towards, and we can discuss it further once you feel that you've learned enough. How does that sound?
That sounds good, because I just know that I have this feeling. It's inherently, I feel, I don't know if this is the right word, but benevolent force inside of me, but I have no idea where it's from. I just kind of tap into it now.
So we know it's a good aligned deity then.
Yes,
If it were evil, it would be a little similar to what you felt previously, but that sounds a lot like how I feel.
Sorry. It's not at you.
That at least narrows down the list.
I suppose. I don't know what I would do if I was already destined to go to the abyss, only to have the evil deity's blood in me. That would be a waste, I suppose.
Well, thankfully, that doesn't matter, and you do not have to dwell on it. Forget it. It doesn't matter anymore. You are aligned with the light. Whether it is the light of the sun is what we must figure out now.
That's certainly something I do have to think about. You've been a fantastic helpcaster.
My pleasure. I'll let you know when I can get those books in.
And, Caster, I want you to take it easy. You don't have to hold on to the anger now. You've been angry a while, from what I've seen. Now's the time to focus on help rebuilding this keep. Not even just for impending siege, just to help link up the community. Help everyone work back together, as I'm sure they kind of lost that type of connection within themselves since we were gone. Yeah, no leadership for a long time.
That's what I've been doing since I've gotten back, but
Focus it for a different purpose rather than war. Think of the community.
That's pretty much all I do, actually.
Is that just a strip of LEDs?
It's a monster bracelet.
It's a monster
What was it
bracelet.
you decided to call yourself again? Dega?
I'm honestly trying to still figure that out. Just for now.
Call me Dwarfga!
Please don't. Actually, instead,
Call me Bushka!
Call me Babushka.
Call me Gretchen!
Gertrude.
Call me
Gertrude.
Bernice.
Gertie.
No, just the name for now, unless until I do more research on dwarven culture, since I kind of have to by now. Dagna is fine.
Dagna, that's right, my bad.
Ah.
Well, Dagna. I don't share a lot about myself, and there are a number of reasons of that, and I'm certain that you've noticed I'm relatively quiet about my personal life, but I'll give you this little look.
Of course.
He breathes in deep, lets it out, stands up, and looks down into your eyes.
Like way down, just.
You and I are a lot more similar than you give us credit for.
Oh no,
And he walks away.
Yeah,
Bye.
seeing you walk away, just. I figured that out since the forest.
I'm about to head out.
I'm about to head out.
No, I'm gonna head up. And she continues to sit there and meditate, and her mind cannot help but go back to figments of her past.
Did you alchemically
cannot help
analyze that resin, Matt?
No, but I can do that.
Casper
I just
takes to
wanted to
helping
know
direct
if
duties
that
around the
factored
keep.
into anything.
Go right ahead.
Alright, I'm gonna examine the properties of that.
Of Slap City.
Shit. 17 on that.
Burn a
Total?
reroll. Fuck it.
Total.
Burn a reroll.
We only go for another like 20 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
Burn it. Sure.
And suddenly the keep is under attack.
29. Not
They-
20.
They call it Slap City.
Yes! Yes!
Slap City.
This really seems like it's.
Where is it from?
It's synthesized from peepo, a plant that no one has seen in centuries.
Ah.
The goblin!
Cass looks at the tree.
Oh no! She's up in soul dust! No. There's more. No.
In Dwarvish, they call it NASA peepo.
I gave you your ID, right, Haley?
Yes, you did.
Okay,
Oh.
it wasn't in my pocket anymore. I wanted to make sure.
Oh my god. Just continuing to look at the fucking sapling.
And it's a very active psychostimulant.
Are there any leaves?
Oh no.
It's just a thick, it's like honey, almost.
What color is it?
It's gray.
No.
What?
Are you talking about the tree or that stuff?
This stuff.
No.
What color is it?
It's like a deep brown
Oh.
color.
Oh. Okay. Are there leaves on the tree?
No.
Damn it.
Matt wants to synthesize more
I want to
Slap
see if
City.
I could. I want to see what I could do to see if that tree is actually the lost peepo tree.
It's not a peepo tree.
Damn.
We're getting one more. We're getting maybe one or two more uses out of this gag. That tree is not peepo.
We're
I'm
we're
hoping
gonna get.
Pyra doesn't keep using
We're
Slap
going
City.
to use Slap City maybe 2 more times. There's enough left in that jar for her to take a couple more hits off it, so that you get to see whacked out of her mind Pyra a few times.
Might as well share with the party.
And
Damn.
then that's it.
Might as well share with everyone. Shit.
Damn it! I was hoping I could synthesize more of this.
Why?
Like
Because Cass is looking to get crunk.
You should share. You should share. It'll be great.
Oh yeah,
Cass
yeah.
so
Cora
looked into
seems
Pyro and
super
was
the
like, I gotta
type.
get me some of that.
Cass like
Caster seems very
Cass
the
like
type.
looks at Erna that's laying on the bed. And just like and grabs like one of her pipes.
Don't give it to the cat.
Please
Don't give it
I'm
to
not
the
gonna give
cat.
it. I'm not gonna give it to the cat. That's
Oh.
that's inhumane. I'm just gonna be like, I sure hope you're still Erna when I'm tripping.
Oh
And just
god.
like,
What does a mountain-sized cat become on mushrooms?
And then just
Oh,
fucking
no.
takes a small portion of it and puts it in the pipe and then smokes that. And then that's her night. That's all she does after conversations that she has. Conversations.
You funky little alchemist.
Fortitude save.
Hey, remember?
I mean,
when
yeah, that is a fort save.
Remember when I was like, "Hey, you should probably help out Boltjaw."
I mean, it's at the end of the night. Just,
Oh,
No,
it's at
that-
the end of the night. Okay.
it's 27.
You're good.
You're good.
Alright.
Just
It's like, man, I don't feel shit.
hey, just
These edibles ain't shit. 3 more brownies in.
Oh no. I've made crucial error.
Cassandra stumbles down to fucking Boltjaw and Cage's room. Just
Okay, so I can describe the feeling exactly.
Where
The
is
synths in Welcome to the Machine by Pink Floyd.
Amy, so that I know for the future, in total, how many more doses of Slap City are we working with?
2, because I
2
think
more
that's
doses.
the maximum
Alright.
number of times.
If
I
you
can
bogard my shit, I'm lighting your ass up.
So Cass is laying in there and like, where is now?
That color sounded fucking weird.
That is Cass's night. That's what she does. Or yeah.
Pyra in front of her has got a continuously burning flame that she just keeps changing the colors of, and she's staring at it like it's the fucking universe.
So it's the next morning.
It is
Yeah.
the next morning. We know
They
what
have-
we know what Caster and Drolish do.
they had that conversation.
What do you do, Cora?
Cora, what do you do?
How was welcome home, honey?
Walks out of her room like Woody.
No, I don't.
With a fucking little boat being.
No, I don't.
Mm.
Cora looks much happier though.
Okay, that's good.
But
Howdy, bitch.
You are several
I-
showers from being able to get your hair straight again.
yeah, that's fine.
Christ.
She just well, like, and she goes to try and find. She goes to see how Pyra's doing. Actually, no, she doesn't go to. She doesn't go to. You're
Actually,
probably
just
still.
immediately armor up. You like fortify.
No. Like she's just walking around in normal clothes for now.
Clothes, or do you have like a robe you wear around the keep? Like, me, the person, need to know what Cora does in the morning because it helps my visual.
Okay. What Cora does in the morning is she's just wearing something.
Are you wearing the like lesbian special, the like pirate pantaloons with the open shirt?
That's the lesbian
Hell
special.
yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Hold on.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah, actually, she is basically just wearing like just a really like kind of loose fitting open shirt and just kind of
It's what Keira Knightley wears 90% of Pirates of the Caribbean without the undershirt.
yeah,
I only saw like the first one.
yeah, and just with just like these normal pants, and she just goes and finds like a room and make sure that all of the lights are dark, and then she lights a few candles and puts her she lights her lantern and puts it in front of her, and she begins to like meditate, and she begins to meditate on that, and she actually there is something that I want to say, Does
Okay.
Does Shireen normally respond to me?
No. Shireen is a very absent god. Worship of her is largely relegated to superstition.
All right. As she's meditating on this lantern, she says, "Atop, anyone? I need something to talk to." And she as she's doing that, she has a couple of her fingers in her mouth, and she is feeling like with her thumb and her index finger over her quite now elongated canine teeth. Like,
Why not Cass? He's a dude. You can talk to him.
He's a dude.
Does anything respond at all?
You call out for communion, you're asking me if something responds to you?
Yes.
Azathoth. Fucking, I call out for communion. I want to know who responds. The DM. Azathoth!
What do you wish to know?
Who was that?
One of Azathoth's rivals. You call Cthulhu.
I am feeling conflicted. There's hunger in my blood. There's hunger now. Hunger I've never had before. I feel like a monster.
What makes you feel so?
Who am I speaking to first?
What answer would provide you the most comfort?
The truth?
The truth is subjective. Gods are given names by mortals, not by themselves.
I've worked my entire life to understand things. And this is apparently beyond me, or beyond a man who's lived for thousands of years. I don't want to lose myself to this.
So what are you asking?
I'm asking for a point in the right direction. What course should I take?
Perhaps you would do well just to drink.
It's sweet.
It is, where is the harm in it? It is presently victimless.
Not to that Faye.
No, but you had intended to kill her anyway, so
That
what
Faye
difference
was
does
lost
it make?
long before you drained that corpse.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you, Chief.
We've
Yeah, I don't regret killing her.
That was a brutalization followed by a bleeding.
I do not regret killing her at all. I just
Regret that you couldn't help yourself?
yes.
There are many of those in the profession of bloodletting that I am sure would be happy to aid you.
Perhaps. Perhaps. And she'll douse the lantern. And she is going to go. And she like
That was
pulls.
Reaver.
Jesus Christ.
There we go.
Jesus. Reaver Speedy.
She's going to go find something, and she's going to go find something to eat, like
A sheep.
people food.
Like a sheep.
Okay.
Like a sheep.
If everyone wants to have a final thing to do, this is probably where we're gonna
Well, I know what Pyro's final thing to do is.
Is
cry.
it-
Oh.
What, Vaughn?
Yeah, fair enough.
It's not like you fucking drank a shit ton.
You
here.
don't know that.
That's, I mean, this is fantasy drug. Who knows?
Well, also, there's nothing stopping her from just going and drinking.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't like the taste of alcohol, so.
She's high
And sad.
and sad.
That's the best thing for sadness. Alcohol.
The best thing.
That's an Armor and Promise right there. But yeah, that's Pyra's morning. She fucking wakes up feeling awful and stays feeling awful.
That's fair.
For most of the morning. She makes her way to the war room where I assume Castor ends up eventually.
Eventually, yeah.
But is very quiet and is drinking spiced tea in the corner, just observing what's left of the troops and how things are situated and stuff.
At some point, Castor walks over to a jug of water with some ice in it, pours a glass, and then hands it to you silently.
The tea helps more. Thank you, though.
He moves it a little closer to you insistently.
Drink.
drink.
Water is very good for a hangover.
I'll
It
finish.
helps.
Back to Sandra.
I'll finish this.
No, that's Matt.
And then I'll have a drink. Thank you.
Sets it on the little table that's nearby. Goes back to doing what he was doing.
So, there's Reaver again.
Yeah,
going around.
Reaver makes a strange meowing sound when he runs.
Speedy.
That's actually.
That's just the noise spiders make. It's just
No.
amplified because he's the size of a dog.
No,
Hate
that's the small black. That's the small black cat riding Reaver into battle.
Yeah. There is
Jesus
one cat.
Christ.
There is one cat that still exists. That still lives in this keep. And his name is Glitter Dust, and he's tiny.
He's a teacup.
He's a teacup.
Teacup cats are a thing.
I think.
Yeah.
No,
No, they're not.
they're just unusually small.
Unfortunate.
They're just the little black cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, long story short, Pyro's morning is a pretty typical sad hangover morning where she is trying to help and isn't much.
Cass laid into Erna in one position and woke up in that same position. She walks like she gets up like after like having like slept off the fucking thing and it's just like, oh, that slept my city. And like stands up and it's just like, oh jeez, I have to give this back to Pyra. God.
There are several bottles in Pyro's room that are empty.
I thought she didn't like alcohol. Did you leave the door open or something?
I mean, I was just noting that that was a thing. I don't know if you
Okay.
looked in there or not.
I mean, like,
But you
yeah.
did just say you were giving it back to Pyro, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, you go in there, the door was like cracked open.
Yeah, I go and set it down, or yeah, that's what happens, and just observes, looks around the room. You know, typical response.
Pyra left her robe and like her gloves and everything and like the scroll case all in her room, so the only thing she's wearing throughout the keep is just like the sleeveless like nightingale looking tunic she has.
So I imagine there's like locks on the inside of the door. There's no lock on the outside. Yeah. Well. All right. And she just fucking
What was that for?
walks
Just
out
showing you
and
how?
closes the door behind her. She kind of like waddles more so to the war room. She kind of got like a blood clot situation going on almost. where she's
Fucking blood clot!
just sitting there in one position all fucking night and just like, oh my god.
Oh god.
Fucking limbs are all asleep.
Yeah, there's pins and needles everywhere, even in her metal legs.
Jesus.
Oh my
Christ.
god.
Phantom
Slap
pain.
City will put pins and needles in metal legs.
Good God.
Cora,
Phantom tingles.
Cora also Cora finds like a bit of bread or something and like finds her way to the war room and walks in. She hasn't eaten any of it. She's just holding it and just looks at everyone. Was I the only man? You all look like shit.
I had a fun night.
Thanks, Cora. That's really what I wanted to hear right now.
No, I expected it from you, and I don't. I expected it from you. Grief sucks.
Well-
I meant you.
Well, I'd like to point out Cass isn't like just like hungover looking like shit. She's like aftermath of being high out of her
Yeah,
mind.
Cass only smoked.
Okay,
Pyra
actually, yeah.
smoked and drank.
Actually, yeah. No, wait. She wouldn't say that. She just. Well, everyone in here looks like they're having. She looks at Pyra.
Everyone who isn't Cora, roll perception, who is present in this room.
A morning.
Oh, Drollish was gonna make her way there.
Stroller can be here too.
Yeah.
Fittingly enough, I have rolled a 15.
I'll say that Drollish has been.
You want to reroll?
How many do we have?
Drollish has been.
What
in
all
the,
else did everyone get?
I
I got
got
a 50.
I got a hold on. What's 16 plus 12?
28.
28. I got 28.
Do you want to reroll?
Well, I have a total of 4.
Take it.
That's given the level we're at. That's genuinely impressive.
I have a +3 to perception.
Given the level we're at, that's genuinely
He gets
impressive.
like 4 skill ranks a level.
3.
3.
But wisdom is like
Fucking
your key
yikes.
ability score, and perception is important.
You have other people to see for you.
Wait, what is your wisdom?
My wisdom?
Oh no, he
+2.
he
14.
charisma casts. That's right, I forgot.
What spell? What stat do
No,
you
I
use?
don't.
Wait, hang on. Your wisdom's 14? Oh, right. Strength is your primary stat.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Your
wisdom is
14.
Yeah.
wisdom is your spellcasting modifier,
What's-
and you have a 14.
What's the maximum level spell you can cast right now?
Currently 4.
Okay, you can't cast a spell level higher than that until your wisdom is 15.
Oh, cool.
You can only cast spell levels equal to, like, your current spellcasting modifier minus 10.
I still don't see shit, Captain.
What did you roll?
It's a 9 on die. That makes it 11.
Alright, everyone who
Caster's
rolled
not
above,
a perceptive fellow unless people are trying to lie to him.
everyone who rolled above 20. Cora is wearing white clothes, which normally would not be a problem. The contrast provides, like, a striking cut to her figure. But around the collar on this shirt, you notice as she moves around, like, it gets stained ever so slightly with red.
It get oh. I see.
Wait, hang on. What? The shirt
Yes.
is staining?
Yes.
Actively?
Yes.
Hey, Kara,
What?
your white shirt's becoming red.
It's not tons. It's very little, but you are reopening wounds on your shoulders and your neck.
Okay. Fuck. Alright. She, like, looks down and just like, what the fuck? And I'm going to cast a heal wounds on myself to try and close these wounds.
Okay, that works. The shirt's got pink spots on it now, but that works.
This is one of my nicer shirts, too.
You just use magic to take the stains out. Prestidigitation.
I suppose.
That's how that's pronounced, right?
The be-all, end-all spell.
Yeah.
Just, so she, like, and as she's doing that, she, like, looks at the wounds. Like, is it just wounds that have been taken over the course of battle?
No.
Oh.
Oh, I see.
Anyways.
A battle for
Anyway.
dominance,
Uh,
perhaps.
I'm doing my best to channel Pyra right now and fucking space out of this conversation.
Cass looks at you and is just like,
Now.
Say nothing. Say nothing. You're saying nothing right now. You're looking at me. Hi. Say nothing.
Now, I'm
And she smiles for a second and then closes her mouth.
Now, I will say, as all
can
this...
I make a perception roll to see something? To see that?
Go ahead, you two.
Okay, yeah, no. I imagine as all of this thing that's happening is happening, Drollish continues to practice her meditation. Her mind actively tries to focus on her future goals and what's currently surrounding her now, but she finds herself also thinking about
34.
her daughter, her childhood, her father, and one particular city that I told you about. And as she sees herself kind of getting all these,
Did you tell me about a city?
yeah, like a whole paragraph.
When was this?
It shouldn't be that far up, but I did send it to you. If you want, I could like paste it to you, like copy and paste it to you again.
I'll go looking for it.
So,
Alright, no problem.
while you're looking for that, I'm assuming 34 catches me a glimpse of...
Yeah,
Right.
you say it.
Yeah.
I couldn't stealth that if I wanted to.
Cass doesn't say anything. Like, she looks down at the teeth and looks back and was like, congratulations. Nothing. I said nothing. Bye-bye.
And she leaves.
She like walks around at the other end of the table.
Away from me at my neck.
Well, no, like not
Oh.
just like because she's not happy that I know of what has gone on in the past night.
Ah, that's fair, honestly.
Okay, this is funny for Cass, awkward for her.
Good job, champ.
Yeah,
Good game.
just like on the other end of the table, every time you like catch a glance and Cass meets up, just like.
Cassandra, if you keep looking at me like that, I'm going to make it so that you have another face.
What?
Who's that mean?
What does that mean?
It's
I
for,
don't
and,
know.
and
Cora, what does that mean?
you'll figure it out if it happens, won't you?
What the fuck?
You're gonna turn her into a fucking, like, troll? Like, with 2 fucking heads?
Imagination is a hell of a thing.
Alright, Cass, you're an Etten now.
I won't go too, like, into fucking detail about it just for the sake of wrapping things up quickly, but Pyra eventually starts helping Castor at the war table again with, like,
Yeah.
reorganizing troops and shit.
So,
Back to what she was doing before we left.
everyone, I guess this is probably where we part ways for the day.
I feel like there's something I should probably tell you before you go. Is Drolish in the room?
Yes.
Yes.
Cora, do you have any way of making sure we aren't overheard?
Yes, I do. And
You.
I have silence.
Silence means
Cast. I can cast that outside the door.
Alright.
I'll roll a perception check to see if anyone seems to be spying or listening on us from, like, outside the room.
I mean, you said it. You could roll it.
Well, I rolled a nat 20, so it's a 31.
All right.
There are no Grixes.
No, anyone else's either?
No.
Alright, I sent,
With the feat that I replaced, I have sense loyalties. After at least 1 hour of interaction, you can attempt a sense motive check to get a hunch at what god, government leader, or patron a creature is loyal to or worships. Would that work to determine which god Drolish is aligned with?
No.
Okay.
Drolish doesn't.
Okay.
also, I sent the 3 blocks of paragraphs.
Good god.
But, actually,
But yeah.
I don't know if we have time to go into it now, but I was just going to run them down on what Rick said, but that feels like a conversation we should open the next session with rather than end this one.
I can agree with that.
So,
Goodbye, everybody.
we cut off with her saying, I need to talk to you guys.
NASA people.
Show him NASA people right now.
Oh yeah, hold on.
NASA people.
Cora's now, like,
Are we gonna play
vampirism
the,
knowledge of it continues to spread.
Yep.
It's not too late.
Alright.
Yeah.
This is not edited.
It's not edited. That's a children's TV show in Australia.
Okay, that is edited in though. You can get a shirt.
Yeah, there are NASA Peepo shirts that
Yeah.
have the NASA logo on it and just say Peepo. NASA. There's a follow-up
Show him
clip.
you ate the peepo.
Yeah, there's a follow-up clip that someone edited.
Oh
so-
yeah,
I
yeah,
forgot
yeah.
about that.
Hold on.
You ate the people!
There you go. Hold on. I gotta show you the people
You're
shirt.
still recording this.
I know, because I want to have this.
That's awesome.
But
Show it.
Show it.
I'm looking
needs
for
to
it.
be, It needs to be shown.
Oh, NASA.
You sound like a fucking cult, by the way.
There it is.
Matt regrets having friends.
Just
Pyra discovered something new. Slap City.
Slap City.
Slap City, bitch!
In today's episode, the pyromancer does drugs.
We have 2 more uses of the Slap City gag. We need to make sure we use them well.
I almost want to. I almost
Somebody
want to
please give it
volunteer.
a caster and tell him it's incense.
Yeah, someone fucking
Yeah, this
please.
fucking this honey ass resin of a mysterious brown color, definitely incense.
Please, someone
I
fucking
want-
dose Cora.
Someone what?
Dose